link you it's the same one.
Okay, then I got it.
Okay, we are going live. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. It is me, Pui. I am joined here with Grumple. We have a fantastic day of modified goats here for you. I am so excited for today's tournament. Thank you all who are playing. Thank you all who make it happen. I am so excited. I already have someone no-showing here, but I guess that's something to deal with. Let me just let everyone know.
So the first thing I noticed is that JDZ has a bye, which is kind of sad. I wanted him on the stream first.
That is very sad.
Are there any games underway already?
Let's take a look at what we're doing. Let's troll around. Are we doing my DB or yours? I think we're gonna use my DB if that's possible.
No,
or
it's not.
are you streaming yours?
It's absolutely not.
It is not. Okay. Zero issue. No worry. Be happy. I do need you to share the screen with me currently. I am not seeing what you are seeing, or that perhaps I can. Okay, fantastic. So let's take a look at what we got here. I have quite a few people we can see. Looks like we've got in the bracket at least
against Eric.
If Dueling High's in game, I would be more than happy to see.
But that's also
that would be a good one. And we've got Flocky and Fancy. Fancy was doing a fantastic Stomp streaming last night. I see Shauner and Corinna as a good one. Madcap and Where Pizza. I know Madcap is running something filthy today. I think that might be a fun one. Fantastic. I've got no problem with that.
There we go. Against the Hillside Strangler. That's ominous. Wait, what the hell? What is this card? What is this card? Okay, I need some time. All right, so this one. As long as this card
remains, process what the hell's going here.
As long as this card remains face up on your side of the field, neither player can activate an effect by discarding from his or her hand.
Oh my god! I've never seen this before. This just turns off Regeki Break.
This is anti-Turbo Tech. This
and it's anti-whale, it's anti-whale, anti-thunder dragon, anti-Regeki Break. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Why aren't people playing this card?
Because the stats
my god,
the stats look really bad. But maybe as like a
that is what level limit area B is for.
True. It's actually kind of genius. Honestly,
this is genius. It buffs the defense. People can't attack it, and you can't get rid of it with Regeki Break or Whale. Madcap cooking with this one. What a start we have here, folks.
This is especially nasty in burn decks because usually, at least for Turbo, Regeki Break is one of their best options to turn off the floodgates.
Dude, I never said it. We're still enlisted. Okay, all right, we're going live now. We're going live.
Oh god.
Oh fucking hell.
Tell me when we're live.
We're live. We're here.
Okay, great. We've already been talking for like 5 minutes, but we were unlisted, which is great.
Oh, also, we got the warning again. We got the bitrate warning.
Okay, ignore
again.
That. It doesn't matter. Just ignore it.
We have to ignore it.
All right, do your introduction again.
Oh my god, it's Goblin of Greed. Oh my god, and we got Z Metal Tank in the house as well. People are cooking with this one today. I am so excited.
Okay, so we just had a whole conversation about this card actually being really good against Turbo.
And it was unlisted. It's a pretty great thing that Madcap has decided to use. I'm very impressed with this pick.
I'm actually not sure if this card text can be seen on this on the stream. Can you check that real quick?
Yeah, I hope so. Let's see. Let's take a look. So on the stream, card text is a little bit obscured, but for those who can't read, opponent cannot activate effects. Sorry, neither player can activate any effect that requires discarding card from his or her hand, which is kind of fantastic.
So how does this work with Graceful Charity? Because can you use that? Because technically the discard isn't a requirement, right? It's just part of the effect in the end.
I think it's an effect that involves discarding a card. I don't think it's just the cost discarding a card. It's anything. So that also means no card. This is genius. This is the greatest Stallburn card I never knew existed. You can't use Graceful. You can't use Regeki Break. You can't use card destruction to get through your deck. You can't use Thunder Dragon. You can't use Abyss Soldier. For those of you who haven't been paying attention to this meta's development, Abyss Soldier at 3, you're going to be seeing a lot of the Whale today. It is a big day for Aquatic Life. I can't wait to see Dueling High's deck again. If you guys didn't get a chance to see it yet, it is wonderful. He got second place in our preliminary tournament last night.
It's kind of amazing that Hillside Strangler is playing Z Metal Tank and we're actually talking about the other guy.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Here's the thing, though. All of the X, Y, Y, Z, like all of those activate by discarding a card. So Goblin of Greed is shutting down this man's entire archetype single-handedly. These three cards might just solo the game, which is so upsetting.
This is where my experience comes in clutch, because I've actually spent the last couple of weeks trying to make XYZ return happen. So the fusions don't actually do anything for the deck. The fusions don't matter. The only reason why you ever want to go into the fusions is because
you're banishing them, right?
Exactly, because you're banishing them for the return stuff. Because the fusions themselves are not that strong. If you overlay them, like if you use the union effect on the other cards, then you still have the same stat line, and you still have this destruction protection, because if the monster would have been destroyed, then the equipped monster is destroyed instead. So you can kind of hedge your bets against Sakus and Mirror Force and stuff like that. So unless you want to return, you don't actually use the summons. You don't actually use the fusion.
Interesting. I mean, the union part's not bad at all either. Those are some sizable stats, some protection.
It's okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not terrible to just make use of the union, and when it's time to start banishing for the return, that's when you do it. I can definitely see that, but I don't think any of it's going to matter if...
True.
Yeah, that's a discard you can do, is discard for hand size because you have no moves. Yeah. Madcap locking this down in the most filthy way possible. All right, we're getting a ping. Okay, I currently have my first no-show. It's been 10 minutes. We are going to have to be issuing the game losses.
Okay, so... What's actually going on here, though? Is he just waiting for wave motion cannons to go off? Is that all there is to it? I guess it's really just a Stallburn variant.
I mean, I think it's just Stallburn from the bit I saw, because I was looking over some things just to get an idea of how spicy. I did not notice this card when I looked, though. This was a new addition, but he's just locking it down.
Yeah. The Strangler just keeps discarding stuff. But now Chaos is live, which is kind of neat, right? You could in theory summon a Chaos Sorcerer and now banish this guy before you discard again. That could work. Maybe that's the idea. Especially with the Decree down, you no longer have access to Solemn as Madcap, so you can't do much about it. But I'm kind of wondering about these floodgates, because we've already limited Gravity and Area B. I feel like it's kind of a futile effort, because there's so much more stuff that does almost the exact same thing. There's the Messenger of Peace.
This is like a very rare instance as well that this working. Okay, does he have the protection for this, or is it all coming down in one fell swoop? This is a long thing for a Madcap, so I have a feeling it's all over.
Unless it's a fake trap. Actually, fake trap doesn't even do anything, and you can't do anything.
Oh my god, wait a minute. He's under decree.
Yeah,
oh,
you can't do anything.
Yeah. That's it. That's just gonna be it, I think.
Probably
that might just be it.
Well, you still have to find a way to beat over this guy.
Play like another level limit area B, you know?
Yeah, but maybe a Gravity Bind, and the defense line is still good enough. If you don't have a way to punch over this...
It is a good defensive stat line. We do have to see what Strangler will do, but any of the combination machines will do the job.
This guy.
Jinzo will absolutely do the job. I would not want to be the Stallburn player facing up against the main board Jinzo.
Oh, this might be level limit. I think, is that game? That is 3,000 for 8.
You mean limiter removal? He removed the limit. We had a level limit, and the limit has been removed.
Now level limit would be enough. If Prima hits the field, level limit is enough.
It's limiter removal. He's removing the limit.
Wait, what am I saying?
Wait, you're saying level limit.
Oh, no, I mean limiter removal.
I'm pretty sure, can't he destroy the Goblin of Greed with the combination dragon here, though?
No,
if he makes one?
This guy does actually not do that. The combination of these two
What's
do
that
face
one
down.
do?
They do face down monsters.
Dragon tank?
Yeah.
I see.
The XZ does face down spells and traps, and the XY does face up spells and traps. So the XY is absolute ass. Z is decent with both, and X is the guy that you can use to combine with any monster combined with Angel. But there's no limiter removal here, because that would have been game, so we don't have it. There's also really fun stuff you can do where you can attack with 2 union monsters, use limiter removal, and then in main phase 2 you overlay them, and in the end phase the destruction effect occurs, and only the equipped monster gets destroyed, so you can kind of play around it. I tried to make it work with creature swap as well, where I would use limiter removal, attack, and then creature swap it over, and then it still gets destroyed, so they don't get anything. Yeah, Prima should go to grave, because this is no longer a monster.
Oh yeah, I mean that's unfortunate because we are premature enjoyers in modified goat format, but in a position like this and against this,
Okay, so what is the point?
that card does not care about your equip.
I've seen this card be used, I think, yesterday, or like at least at some point. I don't actually know what the point is. So
I think the idea is that you turn off all the monster effects and then prevent attacks all at once. That's my only guess. And in library, it's used as like, because it's a continuous card.
So you can use it with.
It gets rid of Balter. It gets rid of Balter, and it works on Trunade. It is gonna save Madcap's bacon here for a couple of turns, and if he can put a, I'm guessing this is playing Nightmare Wheel. If I had to take my
We've already
best
seen
guess,
one. One has been.
yeah.
destroyed.
Okay. All right. I'm not even paying attention. My brain is in the 5th dimension over here.
It is a good dimension. What do we see? Jinzo. Wait, he can't do that, right? Yeah, because the souls.
No. Yeah. Okay. See, that's what it does. Is you cannot just flip summon the Jinzo. It's a pretty good card.
Yeah.
I have an unfortunate take.
Oh no.
Have you ever seen a player with the Time Wizard profile pick be like with it? I feel like Time Wizard profile pick, you're just not with it.
What do you mean by with it?
That's the premium. I didn't read the card. Read the card. I looked away from the game.
Isn't that the
kind of profile picture?
Isn't that the picture that TK Griffith uses, or am I just confusing it with his World War win?
Okay, there's been an exception. There has been one exception.
Okay, I'm sorry.
When I'm chilling on ladder, most of the time when I play against someone on the Time Wizard profile pick, those are the crazy folks.
But Pui,
Wait, what is going on here?
When you're playing on ladder, everybody is crazy folks. Have you been on ladder lately?
I am crazy folks.
True.
So you have some validity with that statement for sure.
Okay, so this is ticking down in the standby phase, and I think it's the second one that already destroys it. So this should be the last turn now where it does anything.
I believe so. Second standby phase after activation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it should be blowing itself up now, right?
No, next turn.
Next
you just
turn.
put the counter on.
Next turn. That's more than enough time. If
Is it? Look at
Madcap
the HP.
can find an answer for the Jinzo. 6,000. Yeah, but he's got to get rid of the Jinzo. And he's got the back row now. He destroyed his own Royal Decree. He had to use Nightmare Wheel on Reflect Powder, which is, but now it cannot.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Unless you have another one. Another one could work, but there's already one in grave. You would have to have the third one in hand or set.
Yeah. I wonder if I was really excited about Goblin Agreed for a moment because I'm putting out a video soon about my thoughts on Stallburn. It is a rough archetype. It is a rough deck archetype.
Yeah, it feels both weak and annoying to play against, which is the worst combination.
Exactly. It is a truly reviled deck because it's one of those decks where you don't often feel good for beating it. Same with Library, right? You don't feel good for beating Stallburn. You beat Stallburn, but if it beats you, your soul is in the shitter. You're flushed down the toilet. You're cooked. What a morale destroyer.
Those are the kind of decks that just feel like you don't actually get to take part in what's happening. Like your decisions almost don't matter. The only thing that matters is if the cards come in the right order or not.
I personally am a Stallburn enjoyer. I do like Stallburn. I like the gameplay and the interplay with it, but it's very easy for it to go those two ways of I didn't play this way or I didn't play that way. And it is certainly a format check, making sure you have what you need to beat it. But I mean, Hillside Strangler does. I mean, that is a Jinzo sitting on the field. Madcap right here, racking his brain, cannot beat the Jinzo.
That is it?
That's it. Game 1, open and shut. I want to take a look around, see if any other matches has started.
Sure.
See if we can tune on in. But absolutely some fantastic spice here. We got Splevin versus Flashy. I am curious. We got Grace versus Raven's Anger. Cube versus Orange Hawk. Scrub versus him. Not so fast versus Mac Magic. AJT versus Gia.
Ooh,
I have a feeling
that's
that
a
one's
good
going to
one.
be a warrior mirror if I had to take a guess. I'm curious. Are you curious?
I'm curious about a lot of stuff here. I really want to see Grace. I also want to see what Coop has. I think Coop actually has a YouTube channel that kind of started
Let's
very
ask the
recently.
people. Let's ask the people. Let's see. I have to admit something.
Sure.
I have to admit something, Mr. Grumple. I have not been looking at the chat. You told me that was my one job. I am here now. Hello to my lovely chat. I am so sorry.
Are they complaining?
Here we are.
Are they complaining about what?
Oh, I hope not. Are you complaining, chat?
Please.
Oh, God.
Oh, what's
Oh,
happening?
God.
What's happening?
Coop said to me, I know you said many times to make a real fusion deck, but I totally forgot and just added one Moki Moki King. Am I still allowed to use tokens for the fusion monsters, right? My bad.
Okay, I think when it comes to the fusion deck, we at least can allow people to change it in between matches, right? Like you don't have to play the whole tournament with that Moki Moki. That would be nonsense. The token stuff, I'm going to leave to you. I'm not going to make that call. That's your call.
Oh, I will have to make that call. I think. I realized something very important, which is that they can just change the fusion deck. Like the GOAT format submission system, like we don't need to be deck checking their fusion decks.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I do need to go ahead and remove some folks. The no-shows have no-showed. She forgore about us. I'm so sorry, Pepper.
Unfortunate.
Spooky says he wants the spice. We did start off with some nice spice. And I am looking forward to some more. Grumple, where are you going right now? What are you looking at?
I'm looking at a Wave Ocean Cannon and 3 more sets. Madcap just setting the whole field.
Oh, you're still on the Madcap who laughs?
Oh, and we're starting with rivalry of Warlords as well as Ojama Trio. This probably means that Strangler can't do anything at all, which sucks. You don't want to be in this position. Can you find a heavy? Can you find an MST? Can you find anything? Okay, so to people who don't know Warlords, I think this is actually popular in later formats. If you have this on the field, both players can just have monsters of one type, and with the Ojamas being beast, you can only play more beasts. Yeah, and now the Strangler is confused. Because this is a card that you don't see a lot. Yeah, but Madcap knows how it works because, well, he put the card in his deck. He better knows how it works.
We have a lot of no-shows today. That is very unfortunate. I'm not happy to see this, but that is what the simple reality of the situation is. I have to be dishing out.
Unlucky.
We gotta get rid of the fools.
Well, set them first, and you can't summon them. So if they don't get attacked, you can't do anything with them.
Oh, Spooky, I've not forgotten you in the slightest. You haven't said anything. That's the first thing you said. The first thing you said after I responded to the last thing said is you forgot us. That is quite rude. That is quite a unfortunate assumption you've made. I am right here. I am out here rallying, trying to get everything together. Doing my bestest I can possibly do. Alrighty. I think I've done all the housekeeping.
Okay. Wouldn't I be able to summon, then choose which type I keep?
Are we staying on Madcap? I think that's fine by me.
Yes.
I think that's perfectly fine. What was the question in question? Oh God,
Well,
he got rivalry locked.
Yeah, he doesn't understand that he can't summon.
Oh, he's not. He hasn't figured out why this is filthy.
Yeah.
This is in fact filthy. He can set monsters still. Let's see how that helps the Strangler. I think that Madcap's the one strangling the Strangler right here.
So I think yesterday we've seen a Machine Gate player do pretty well, right? I'm wondering,
yes, Machine Gate.
Does that deck play anything but machines? Could you splash that in?
Well, there does exist Machine Lock Burn, if you've ever heard of it.
Oh no.
That deck is filthy. So that deck does this, and then it's using Dekoichi, Spell Canceller, and Boganian. Oh, it's also using Lava Golem. So you can just give them a Lava Golem and activate Rivalry, and they're locked on Fiends. Mask of the Accursed.
What
oh my
the
God.
hell is this?
Wait, this is Nightmare Wheel as an equip spell. Holy shit.
Yeah, but it can still change positions, so it's really bad. Honestly, this card doesn't look good. I'm going to be honest. This is garbage.
Madcap is just trying stuff. I am more than happy to see it. I am so
Okay.
happy. I can't flip
I'm not
summon.
trying
That's
to
correct.
shame Madcap, but if I see garbage, I have to call out garbage. This is bad. This doesn't do anything. This is 500 damage per turn.
Listen. There's something you have to understand about burn players, Grumpelstiltskin.
They're all
You have to
bad.
understand this is very important. No, it's very important. The best burn players are the ones that are more than happy to jam garbage into their deck for the 1 in 100 chance it's not garbage. We've seen it before with the Birdman. If you've seen some of Birdman's brews, they are some of the shittiest shit you have ever shit out of your butt. But then he got second in an FLC, and I continue to have the take that he should have been first place, but we don't need to air out that laundry here. So I say if he wants to play Mask of the Accursed, we're jamming Mask of the Accursed. If he wants to play the greedy goblin, then we're getting greedy and goblin-y.
I'm down with the goblin. I'm down with goblin. I can see the goblin work. I can see the goblin have its value. I'm not hating the goblin. I'm hating the mask. You can't stop
the
me
mask.
hating.
The mask is bad.
Thank you. Hating is what I do best. So, as a strength, what are you actually hoping for here? Because heavy probably won't work, right? Because you're pretty sure Madcap has at least one Sodom down. What do you do? Madcap is not going to attack this face monster, so this is just going to block everything.
I think this is just a lock. I think he's on. Madcap hasn't even started setting monsters yet. But if there's a Reaper or a big shield in the future,
it's not the Sacred Crane. What's the
then
one that
it's even worse.
The one that resets itself to deal burn damage. What is that one? Like the
Stealthy bird. The stealth bird.
Yes.
If he gets a stealth bird, this is painful. Yeah. But right now the clock is ticking for the Strangler, and I don't know what he could have if he hasn't had it already. This is Stallburn at its finest. And you know what? Mask of the Accursed is going to be putting in work. Oh god. Oh god.
It wasn't a solemn. It wasn't a solemn.
Oh god.
Heavy could have just done it. Okay, so
yeah, but it didn't. I have
an additional question for you because I feel like you're the one who can answer this. So
Ask away.
With Warlord, you could probably use this in Pac-Man, right? Because you can just flip summon, set them back, and then flip summon the next, and you're technically never controlling a different type.
Explain one more time.
Okay, so you could probably use this in Pac-Man, right? Because all the monsters flip themselves down, and then you can flip the next one up, and you never technically control more than one type.
Madcap's deck could very easily include the Deslacuda and the Swarms and all of that. If he played Swarm of Locusts, that would be pretty fire because you can get rid of Decree and it can't be responded to. Habanero says, as a burn player, I'm offended. Grabs my trash bag full of burn cards. Very accurate. C Pink or C Punk, I see you. Hello. Thank you all for coming down to the stream. Again, this is modified GOAT format. I think it's worth explaining. I think it's worth giving you guys a little bit of an explanation on what's going on here. So if you haven't been with it, if you haven't been looking at my announcements, we are experimenting with doing a concurrent circuit of GOAT format tournaments where the ban list will be modified occasionally. It'll be a rotating ban list of GOAT format. So same ruling, same card pool, changing ban list. Current ban list, we have BLS, Ring, Duo, and
do you have an image?
Just Shoot all gone. I do. I got the image.
Okay, just give it to me.
I do have the image.
I can pull it up on screen.
It's right in the rules and ban list. Let me send it over here. Here you go. This is our ban list. I'm quite proud of it. People have had all sorts of takes, thoughts, and feelings, comments, and concerns, and I think most of them are just not getting it, missing the point. But I feel good about this ban list. I think this has really taken out some of the most unpleasant things that happen in GOAT format and left a lot of other possibilities of interaction.
Yeah. Okay, so
I've been enjoying watching the gameplay. People seem to be enjoying playing it, so I'm excited for the rest of today.
The big ones are obviously BLS, Duo, Ring, and Shoot.
Huge change.
What I am excited for is Protector. Actually, I don't know the whole name. This card you can kind of see right here next to the
Protector of the Sanctuary at 2. I'm surprised we haven't seen Madcap on it.
Yeah. Okay, so for the people who
don't know,
this is a
great day for Protector.
That is a card that stops your opponent from drawing outside of their draw phase. So you can combine with this with Card Destruction and Morphing Jar to just discard the
You can't use Card Destruction.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can't use Card Destruction,
but you can use Morphing Jar because it's like flip effects are weird and they cannot be optional.
Flip effects are supposedly mandatory. It's the same reason you can use Cyber Jar under Jowgen. But you cannot use Card Destruction, unfortunately, I'd say. But this card's great because people are playing 3 Upstart in this format. Upstart is the 3 if you hadn't noticed on the bottom there. And it really does shut off those options, does shut off card destruction, Pot of Greed, all that good stuff. Jar of Greed, it's forced to be used in the draw phase. So if they draw double Thunder Dragon, that's on them. But in any case, I am very excited about this ban list. I am very excited about today's tournament. And we are starting off slamming the Z Metal Tank. And we have a set, which if I were the Hellside Strangler and I did not have a Zaborg the Thunder Monarch in my hand right now, I would be a little scared. I'd be a little worried.
Again. I'm wondering why he's summoning them all the time. Well,
it's because Ojamas aren't goats. And some people will just summon goat tokens, and they are not the same tokens.
Okay.
I don't know. This has been my take. I didn't think it would be that hot, but Ojama tokens are not goat tokens. And if you suspect scapegoatery from your opponent,
so this fusion could
destroy
the face down trap,
right?
The trap.
This one destroys sets.
Not monsters, spells and traps. But you could go for the face down trap here. If you have something like
Which
a knock to back it up.
Quite filthy.
Yeah, we're going.
He's doing it. Here we go. You know what
I can't believe that my knowledge of XYZ actually comes in handy. I've never thought that would
in round 1. Grumple, I am so happy to have you here.
I didn't think that would ever be relevant for anything I did.
Ta-da!
But I just picked up these fusion monsters.
Oh god, week. You do not want to be saying Madcap saying cost. Okay. Now, okay. Flip always mandatory. Thank you, DK0. Now I have an important question here for you, Grumple.
Sure.
The way I read this card.
Yes.
Now that it's resolved, couldn't Madcap have just chained that?
That is a good question.
Oh, he is under the
But I don't think it's relevant because you just target the card in theory, right? It says target one face down spell trap.
I know when you I knew it was Reaper. Because when you activate Nobleman of Extermination and you chain the card, it just does not work.
Yes, but this one, the way that it's worded, I would say that it still resolves because it says target the face down spell card. It doesn't say that it only destroys a face down spell trap card. It just destroys the card anyway after it's targeted. So I think that
understood. That is important. That is
matter.
That is important. It does say destroy that target. It does not say destroy that face down card. Now, he did manage to get rid of the Reaper, but this is a face up card, something that XZ Tank Cannon cannot get rid of. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legends 15 says still surprise, no soy. I'm guessing that's spy. Coach J, DGZ forever, my friend, my dear. Spy is toxic. Spy is toxic. Gravekeeper Spy is a toxic Yu-Gi-Oh! Card in GOAT format. The way it just gums up a game entirely, the way it completely answers the question of how control decks are going to defend themselves, no question. The way that decks have to trip over themselves trying to answer the stupid thing, I said, no thank you. We don't need this. We are not looking for this in my Christian Minecraft server. We just got rid of them entirely. Baiting over here, baiting the destruction.
Yep.
Flipping
but I think
up
we have a
just
deco engraved, so this should recycle. This is actually interesting.
Indeed. So that is quite a good move there.
This is very interesting because when I built this deck, I just didn't go the route of the discards at all. I just dismissed the fusions. I just went straight for the return. Maybe this is just a better way to do it.
I mean, this is a situation in which he's actively setting cards that are all a problem. So if you have a card that can every turn get rid of a... Oh, I'm sorry. This is not an OPT effect.
OPT?
He could blow up... Yeah, this is not once per turn.
Yeah.
So Madcap is in a bit of a tough position here. Mask of the Accursed is going to cleanly answer
Does it stop the attack?
For now. It stops the attack.
Okay, at least it's something. At least it's something.
Hillside Strangler, the onus is on him to put down some pressure of some kind. There are some cards here that could do some great work, but does he have one of them is the question.
And Madcap also just needs to rack up damage pretty much, because 4 cards in hand, you have nothing, and Abyss Soldier does
what Abyss Soldier does. Do not want to see that.
Oh, it's just an attack though. There's no
just an attack.
Water in hand. I guess the water is also really nice with the machines, right? Because you can always discard Serpent. It's pretty neat.
If you have the Sinister Serpent Yu-Gi-Oh card, you're not going to want to be Madcap right now. If he does not have it, which I'm guessing he doesn't, because Mask of the Accursed is still sitting on the field. It's just a 1800 beater, which is there's nothing wrong with that. Dylan says, Pui, repping the Pancake Gang. Now I have to ask,
Why?
what about my situation has said I'm repping the Pancake Gang? I am, is the thing. I am, in fact, repping the Pancake Game at all times, at all junctures. I love pancakes.
I have to
They're
say,
fantastic.
if I have the choice between waffles and pancakes, pancakes always take the cake. I think
Correct.
I think people who choose waffles over pancakes are just wrong.
Yeah.
and need
Well,
to have themselves
once in a while, you get hit with a waffle mood.
checked. I'm not
Once in a
saying waffles
while.
are bad. I'm just saying they're worse. That's different.
I agree. I agree. Now here's the question: do you have the German cakes, the Apfelkuchen? Because that stuff rocks. I would take that over pancakes
So that's
any
just
day.
an apple cake. Like
It's
like
just
an
an apple
pie.
cake. I'm talking about the Dutch one, where it's like a frittata of apples and
Oh.
bread pudding.
Yeah, I think that's mostly an American thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. We gave it a fucking fake ass German name.
It's like the German chocolate cake. That's not German.
My mind is
Yeah.
blown.
So this is like random trivia that's completely useless, but it's actually named after somebody who was called German who came up with it. It's like the Caesar salad. It's not about
fascinating.
it's not about Julius Caesar. It's about a random Mexican restaurant owner who was called Caesar. That's why Caesar salad is what it is. Why do I
makes
know
sense.
this garbage?
Because you go on your trivia, you learn your facts. That's a good fact. That is a good. I
good
want to be
fact.
hit with more grumple good facts over here.
Okay, the best fact I can give you right now is that a double limiter removal would actually be game
Oh.
over. Okay, that is
that is a good fact. That is an important fact right there, and one that I could.
Whoa! It isn't.
Oh my god!
It isn't.
It's. Hold on. How much is the deco dealing though?
So it's
the deco
2.8,
is 52.
5. It's 5.6. It's 5.6.
It's 56, which is a lot, but there's no ring in this format, so.
And they both get destroyed.
The pick behind. Oh my god. Okay.
It's another one. It's another
Oh
one.
my god. Madcap. He's a madman.
It's a mad lad.
God. Madcap is a mad lad. Oh, this is wonderful. What a sight to behold. Oh my god. Oh my god. And there's level
There's
limit.
Heavy.
Oh
There's
my
Heavy.
god.
I really like how Madcap is just not respecting Heavy at all. Oh, never mind. It's already in the grave. That's why.
It's already gone. It's already been used.
Charity.
Yeah, Dylan, those are
We're already
absolutely
drawing? No, we're not
fantastic.
drawing
I
yet.
love this painting.
We're thinking about the solemn. We're not drawing. Okay, now we are drawing.
Yeah, we gotta let that go. I mean,
Just do it.
I would say.
It's
Wes Fowler says Team Waffles. Shut up.
Yeah,
Why would you say this to me? Why?
Wes Fowler's just
For the
wrong.
Waffle Gang. Waffle Gang, rise up so I can stamp you down. Let's just put it right there. I get it. They have the syrup receptacle hold. They do have the holders. They do hold on to what you need, but
when you're putting syrup
it's too
on,
much.
as soon as you're putting
too
syrup
much.
on pancakes or waffles, you're already doing it wrong. The problem is that this chat is full of Americans. We have to stop it.
Okay. So what do you want to put on
I
your
put
pancakes?
applesauce and jam and stuff like that. That's what you put on it.
Those are cool options. Applesauce on pancakes, you got me there. As a Jew celebrating my Hanukkah, I am a fan of applesauce and pancakes. Although those are the potato variety, but
You're talking about latkes,
people
right?
never tried
we have
French
those
fries.
Too. We have those too, but
Yeah,
I'm talking
I would
about
hope
like
so.
proper
They're the
pancakes.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean proper pancakes and applesauce sounds great. Honestly, French fries and applesauce sounds kind of great. Okay,
Okay,
chat,
so French
hit me with
fries.
it.
French
Favorite food
fries need
combinations?
mayonnaise. If you put ketchup on your
Out.
French fries, you're doing it wrong.
Out.
No, again, the
Out.
problem. Okay,
Out.
the problem is the same as we just had. You are American. That is the problem.
No, even my American ass knows that mayonnaise is immediate food crime. Shadow Realm. Do
Ask
not
the
pass
Belgians.
go.
Ask the Belgians. The Belgians know their fries. They put mayonnaise on them.
I don't want to hear it. I've got nothing of that kind.
The problem is that I'm right. Okay, I'm sorry. We should probably talk about the game. I'm so sorry.
Yo, hey everyone! Exciting update. We have an addition to the prize pool. We've got 2 Metamorphosis and a Trap Dust Shoot going towards. I'd say those are going to go for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We'll give 2nd a shoot, 3rd and 4th Metamorphosis. The prize pool has just been sweetened right before our very lives. Big shout out to Hollow Galaxy 8. Thank you so much, Hollow Galaxy 8. We will gladly accept your prize pool donation.
I really need some metas. Okay, but this wave of time is actually ticking pretty quickly. There's only 2 more turns until it's game over.
Yeah,
This
After
might
all this.
be over quick.
it's
double
really
Karibo.
racking up.
The double Karibo.
The double Karibo was insane.
That was
Uh-oh.
great. You cannot use the fusion, by the way. This can only be special.
You can't
summoned.
use XC. It was not special summon from the graveyard, but
No,
you
that's
can
not
use
true.
Abyss
Wait a second.
Soldier.
So you can technically summon this when it's banished. It has a restriction in itself that you cannot special summon it
You
from the
cannot
grave.
special summon it from the graveyard.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't matter that it was properly summoned. They
It
did
was
account for that
summoned.
properly.
It was.
Yeah, I said despite the fact that it was properly
Okay.
summoned, you cannot summon it from the graveyard. However, Abyss Soldier here is going to go
reset wave
nasty.
motion. Probably resets the wave motion just over and over again, so you never technically deal damage.
Yeah.
I'm
And
wondering
now
what
it's on
Madcap's face
Madcap to
down
get
is.
rid of that.
Oh, this is like a Morphing Jar or a Cyber Jar. This could be a big deal. Do you think he's playing those even? Well, probably right. There's not a single burn player that doesn't play Morphing and Cyber Jar.
WGM also has a no-so loss at this time. Unfortunate to be seeing this.
Oh, is that enough? That's 2-5. That's 2-5. That's not quite enough. And this takes out the Ojamas without destroying them, so he's not taking bonus damage. So in theory, wait, no, he doesn't. He's not taking damage. He's not taking damage. Okay, Madcap knows. Madcap knows.
People have not been posting film. I don't know if that means it's over. Pepper is asking we stream the duel. Pepper, we will come to you next. Pepper, we will be to you next.
Are you sure about
Although
that? Because there's AJT
that
and
is
Gia.
more burn gaming. AGT Gia is enticing. Okay, Pepper, it's gonna be a hot maybe. It's gonna be a hot maybe on that. It is. I know. I do believe you are burn gaming. If I know correctly, you did said you had a big trash bag. Please manual a loss on Discord. I tagged you. Okay, let's take a look.
We're heavy storming our area B away just so that Abyss Soldier hits the grave. We're going back to wave motion. We're going for Messenger of Peace. But the problem is, if the Stranger can just put more monsters on the field and shoot them away with Cannon Soldier, this game is going to be over very quickly. Because you can't actually use the Messenger, because as soon as you do, you're dead next turn. Because the 100 HP exactly puts you at lethal.
Oh my god, it's true. If it's two sacrifices.
He didn't take Serpent.
He did. Oh no! Why? Oh, Hillside.
What are we doing?
It's over, and we're in the real deal. He's not going back here.
Yep, already changed positions.
That's some prime round one behavior.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I have to say it again. Time Wizard profile pick.
Yeah, true.
I hate to say it. I hate to do it to him.
Yeah. Is he trying to attack? I think he's just trying to punch for game here because they both hit over under Messenger of Peace, but it's a Reaper.
And Reaper says no,
Reaper.
you do not.
But
and
still,
the clock is back on.
But Madcap
for
has a
Madcap.
problem. Madcap has a problem. Because next turn, it will be over. Serpent will be in the hand. There will be enough monsters to just kill with Cannon Soldier.
Oh, I'm
if
not
you use
keeping
Messenger of Peace.
Messenger.
Yeah, that's,
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Oh, that's problem. That's trouble.
So call us out, but Prima might still be in the game. So if you find a Prima, then you can actually just go for game straight away. You don't have the time. You just don't have the time. Unless you have a Nightmare Wheel, that actually shifts the balance exactly as you need it. But there's no Nightmare Wheel. Maybe it just
Nightmare Wheel wouldn't make it to the turn cycle. There's Bait Doll. Activate the set. What is it?
It's just dessert, right? Has to be.
If it was Barrel, we would be in a very good position here.
Yep.
As Madcap.
Doesn't look like
But
it.
let's see.
Madcap seems to be thinking. Fake Trap doesn't do much.
Fake Trap. Irrelevant. Not
Yep.
allowed.
Not even
So
a
it gets
trap on the
destroyed.
field.
Bait Doll's a funny card. I'm a big fan of Bait Doll.
Yeah.
Especially in this format, people are bringing back their
That's game.
Sakuretsu armors.
That's
But if you... Oh, that is very,
Good
very
call.
game. Okay. GG Madcap. Strangler moving on with the... It looks like the Machine OT Chaos. That's what it looks like. Machine OT Chaos. I'm happy to see this. Bounder was put to 2. I thought this would be a fun addition, and it seems people have been adopting it nicely, which I'm a fan of. Let's move on. Let's go over
Sure.
to Gia versus AGT.
AJT, yeah, sure. They are
I'm
no
like
longer
looking
playing.
in the GOAT format. CMGT Trespass. Okay, what happened here? Did AJT already beat her?
Looks like it.
AJT actually no. Gia beat AJT. This is Cloud Mountain Juror, I believe.
Do you
Yeah,
want to
this
go
is
in?
the Cloud Mountain Juror. Here I am. And we got to take a look back over here. Let's see.
Do you want to watch the gear game, or do we want to have something else? Do we want the who was asking to get streamed? There was somebody. Pepper. I don't know who that is on here though. I have no idea. Let's just go with gear. Let's just be quick. Let's not waste time. Gear is already ahead a game. Oh, it's just she's just on her usual warrior with tools deck. This seems like it's just her usual deck ported into the format. Like there's nothing additional added or subtracted or whatever. Like BLS is missing and Ring, I guess, and that's it.
Those
Well,
are big wait, oh,
what?
that's Wajat. That's Wajat. Wajat is going on right now.
Oh, okay. I was actually more hyped about this card. Now that I read it, I feel like it's not very good.
No, this card's awesome.
Is it? But
He just
can
missed
look at the
it. He
face
just
down.
missed it.
You can look.
What's the face down? Activate the
They
call.
probably
What's the face
already
down?
they probably already know. So there was no.
Show the people, Cloud Mountain Juror.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, see,
Okay,
that's important
that's-
information. Oh, it's
okay.
not optional.
Oh.
That is not optional.
Oh, okay. Oh God.
Wajat immediately coming in clutch there.
No. Stop it.
This tournament's awesome. So far, we've seen last night we saw Machino TK, Crab Turbo. Now we've got Goblin of Greed Stallburn. We got XYZ Machino TK, and now we've got Wajat Beatdown, looking like it's going to make it into round 3. That's nothing short of wild. I'm loving this format.
I don't think I like that. It's too much. I can't handle the spice.
Oh my tongue is on fire. This is habanero
Okay.
today, like pepper. Pepper, we will be getting you. Let's see.
I'm-
JDZ Scrub is action.
I was about to
JDZ
say-
versus Scrub is
Yeah.
the action, says Nate Dogg. Are we
Yeah.
heading over there?
I think
Let's
I am.
do it.
I think I am.
I'm glad we saw what we saw. That was a very prime screenshot. I am looking forward to getting back to the juror. But for now, we got to head over to JDZ versus Scrub. Because I know what Scrub's on. I know what JDZ is cooking. This is going to be nothing short of awesome.
Okay, so this thing is not working right now, which sucks. But I can find them. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not in. Oh, they're here. Let's go. Okay, so we're in. Okay, Scrub won game 1. We're on a little bit of extermination on JDZ. It seems like Scrub is on some sort of turbo build.
I believe it's going to be blue turbo, if I had to guess. This man has been proselytizing the blue turbo. He is the progenitor and inventor of the Quish Corner,
Okay,
a brand new special server for the Quishers. I want to say he's going to be going to be backing the blue.
is that an actual thing? It's like the burn server. Is there now a blue turbo server?
There's now a blue turbo server.
Who's
It is
the
a
host
lot
of that?
more closed off. It's Scrub.
Oh, okay.
It's Scrub. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I remember. I actually got an invitation to that, and I just asked why because I've never played the deck. I was confused.
Wes Fowler says, I like the idea of removing floods and unlimiting cylinder and ceasefire. I think ceasefire at anything more than one is terrifying. I was thinking cylinder at 2 format, however, hilarious. I think that's hilarious.
I think the floodgates, I've already talked about it, but I feel like the floodgates are kind of a fight you can't win because there's so many more. Because there's Messenger of Peace, there's Stumbling, there's the Dark Door. You can always go to the next one.
But we can go for bad ones that people can play around. Like if you want to use the Dark Door, go ahead.
Really though, because a serpent just blocks you eternally.
Bekwa says, I'm still mad about the limiter removal misplay. Always wait for damage. Unfortunately, Karibo is a damage step effect.
Yes. Karibo
So
can
he
even be
can
used on
chain
Lily.
Karibo to, it can be used on Lily. He can chain Karibo to the limiter removals in damage step.
Oh, this is Dimension Fusion. JDC is actually cooking for something, but wait a second, why? But these two don't really connect, right?
Is this
vanish, but it
Dimension
doesn't-
Fusion?
Yes.
What is he trying to summon trap cards off a Nobleman of Extermination?
Whoa!
That's all I can see.
Is that possible?
He's playing Bazoo?
Is
No.
it possible? No. Oh.
No!
I got really hyped for a second. Because you know those trap cards that are monsters as well, right? Like this a Pope
Did you know that if you
something.
say Grumple really slow, it sounds like Gullible?
I hate you.
I love you too, dude. All right, we got the 1900 Bazoo Monkey action here, but JDZ is on the ropes. I didn't expect him to be on DFT. He said he'd be on Golem Control. I was looking forward to it, but we'll see. Okay, and here's the handyman. We are rocking the blue turbo today. I am a blue turbo fan, as most know. I am a big fan of the crabs, but there is a lot of merit to be had about chaos. And if we are seeing the blue boy here, I think it would be quite a promising decision.
Is the blue turbo server open to colorblind people?
Blue turbos, it is, but that's gray turbo. Actually, here's my fun fact. Here's my fun fact for you. It's
in
not
Dogtown, blue turbo becomes gray turbo. It's amazing.
And what's happened is, colorblind people, the most common form of colorblindness is that red and green both become different shades of brown. That's my fact for you.
Yeah. I'm actually colorblind as well, but mine is like a blue-green thing where I can't really differentiate.
Interesting. Yeah, green is the most common color, I believe, that colorblind people are unable to see. Red is the next most common, but definitely blue. So what do you see blue as? What do you see Quish as?
Well, blue.
So you see blue.
So the thing is, I can differentiate between like most green and blue, but there's like some shades that just, for example, I used to have a sweater that I thought was cyan, which was actually dark green. I don't know how that worked.
I would so play two-cylinder all day, says Camilo Jalil. How was it? Camilo. How were we saying it last night? Camilo Jalil? Anyway, I am a big fan of two-cylinder format. I think it would be very funny. Something folks have to understand about this format is that there's going to be lists where we're going to permit problematic cards just to shake things up, just to make it exciting.
I'm waiting for the Yatagarasu unban. I want to see it.
I think Yatagarasu is probably lower on that list, but a little higher on that list is Monster Reborn and Change a Heart. Unlimiting, getting rid of the limit on cylinder, stuff like that would be quite amusing, I think. We'll have to see what ends up happening. That's a disgustingly good card destruction.
Yes,
2
there's a serpent.
Bricks gone. Corinna says, hello to you, sleepyhead. Corinna, unfortunately, it is 8 a.m. Where she is, or going on 9 now. So I think she did sleep through her first match, waiting on the next one. But it's good to have you here, my dear. And there comes another book. The Book of Moonstock is really up today.
Probably because of the influx of control decks, and I'm still not sold on them. I've been talking to Don't Copy earlier. Don't Copy thinks control is actually still good. I think they're missing damage. The loss of BLS and Ring is just a big deal. But on the other hand, Don't Copy's argument was that aggro is so strong that control just becomes stronger by default, just as a reaction to the meta. Which is probably true as well. And Wangu gets dealt with. But Wangu usually just stops anything that control stuff does. But
Scrub wins. Oh, I'm sad to see JDZ getting knocked down so quick, but
we haven't seen enough of his deck, I feel. We've seen Bazoo and Dimension Fusion.
It's
I really
Beast
think
Return.
More.
This looks like Beast Return to me.
Probably
and it should theoretically be hurting the Quish deck real bad with the Manju and the Senju, but
it didn't.
Scrub just had such a commanding lead.
All right, so let's go to the next one. Do you have a match in mind? Let's go look up the bracket.
Don't Copy is in round 3 with Where Pizza. I am very curious to see what Don't Copy is playing.
Against Where... Oh, for a second, I thought Where Pizza was the ritual, like the pizza thingy, but it's the burger.
Oh my, like right? Hungry Burger,
yeah.
Where Pizza. They should make a ritual called Where Pizza. I would play it. I see Crops versus Flashy. Crops versus Flashy. I have a good feeling about as well.
Let's go there because I don't think it's game yet.
So that's Beast Beats versus Flashy.
And we're in.
And we've got Reasoning Gate versus Zombies with the Goblin Attack Force. That's a very Beast Beats deck.
Probably Skill
And Flashy has been repping the Reasoning Gate for sure. I think Skill Drain Zombies is freaking amazing in this format. I think it's fantastic. I said it right. Camilo Jalil. I just said it right. I'm a champion. Let's go. Let's go.
I've been messing around with Skill Drain decks in the regular Goats as well. The problem is just that Skill Drain in itself becomes a brick. Where you're just limiting your deck building so much where you have to draw it to be consistent, but you also never want to draw multiples. And
Ziki, I was joking. That was humor. That was not serious. And whatsoever. You cannot, I cannot stress this enough. You cannot summon an embodiment of Apophis off of Dimension Fusion.
But it would be really cool if it was allowed.
It would be sick, but
That would be
unfortunately,
good
no.
execution.
And it seems here we are going to be doing a good Defu loop, very strong. I agree with you on skill drain, but I also contend that zombies is a really good shell. The only card
Yeah.
you can't play really is Spirit Reaper. It's interesting because based off the Goblin attack force, I'd assume he's playing skill drain, but if he's got the Spirit Reaper, this is game 2. You know what? This is game 2, so it's possible that this is a sideboard Spirit Reaper and we're not running skill drain anymore. So
Possible.
I can't be certain. But Flashy took game 1, plowing through zombies. That makes some sense.
So-
Zombies sometimes have a good matchup, but not always.
Reasoning Gate to me is one of those decks that I would want to hit harder with a Banhammer because I think the one-off Trinade is still enough because you can just replace them with Increase most of the time. And I just really don't like the deck. I know it doesn't even have to be strong for me to not like it. I just don't want
What,
to see it
zombies
played.
or Reasoning Gate?
Reasoning. I love zombies. Reasoning Gate is
I'm
something
a fan of
abhor.
Reasoning Gate. I think the deck, but I think if the deck was too widespread, it would be infuriating. I like that it's like one player at a time is like, I'm taking Reasoning Gate today, and just like slams or doesn't slam. I think if it was like Reasoning Gate is the meta, I think it would get old.
I think that's almost impossible to happen because there's such strong options in the side deck. As soon as Reasoning Gate
There
becomes
are.
a real thing, then Jargons and Spellcans
It gets
just come out and
slammed.
it's
It just
it's
gets
over.
completely shut
Absolutely
down.
over. There's
I also think that despite all of the experience we have of the deck, we still have no agreement whatsoever as to how it should be played, and people have some very interesting choices as to how they go about it.
Wasn't the Delinquent build the kind of go-to thing for a while though? The Toon Cannon
It
Soldier build?
was, but
So are you
not
actually
always.
in theory? Why is that no longer the case?
Because I don't know, because people think they're geniuses.
But are they?
No.
Case in point.
I think the last time I really gave Reasoning Gate a serious shot, I was playing with the brothers. I was playing with the Delinquent brothers. We were all playing slightly different. My build, though, was mirroring Alefia's, but with an actual side deck. Alefia's build was a sort of more stable build. We were both maining Zaborg, though, and then he was going into Goat Control after, and then Delinquent was on his version where he was going more stable, and someone, I think, top deck a BLS versus Alefia, and that's why we didn't win that 3v3.
Pui, I'm going to
And
make
that
you
is
jealous.
what Mgoat is for.
I'm going to make you jealous right now. I'm going to meet both of them next week.
I am very jealous.
Great.
Send my regards. That's fucking awesome.
Okay.
What are the circumstances, dude?
The GGP. We're hosting the GGP next
Oh
week.
my
in Osnabrück.
god. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
have so much fun. No,
I'm
for real,
trying.
have so much fun. That's gonna be awesome. If you are in Germany or if you are in a surrounding country, a surrounding jurisdiction, oh, that is a painful solemn
It is.
for Flashy. But
But it has
if
to
you
be.
are in that
Almost you have
jurisdiction,
to.
go check out GGP. GGP, what's the city? What's
The
the
city is
city again?
Osnabrück, but we're sold out. If you're actually in Germany,
Oh,
if you're in
never
Germany,
mind. Be gone.
If you're in Germany and you want to play GGP, there's still 2 more coming, which still have slots open, which is in Halle, and the other one is in Munich. You should be able to find the links somewhere on the Goat.
There's
Discord
more
announcements.
GGPs in Germany already. That's amazing.
Absolutely. We have 3 this year. So far. I didn't say that. So what actually happened? So we had the Solemn on.
We
on
had
Execution, which
Solemn
has
on
happened.
this, and then we went into Reasoning, or we went into Monster Gate. We got a Sacred Crane, drew a card, hidden for 16. This is a bad position for Beast Beats. Even this one crane is a decent amount of pressure here.
This is the
He's
third
gonna
crane
have to
as well.
stave off.
I think the third 3 crane builds. Somebody came up with that.
Questionable.
Well, it was like I think the last FLC where that popped off, and I think since then people have been playing it. I don't know enough about Reasoning Gate because I hate the deck too much to have a valid take on it. But I just want to point it out. Okay, we're seeing a torrent here. Or probably because you don't want to have the double up, right? You don't want to have. Well, it actually doesn't matter. Like in the best case where he just pops torrent anyway, it doesn't matter.
I think Flashy's win condition here is summoning 1 monster in 1 turn, or 2 monsters in 1 turn and attacking. I think keeping the board clear until then is the point.
That seems to be tough.
If we look at Flashy's graveyard, he probably still has 1 more Defu. Nope, they're all gone. But he definitely has a Sork, maybe even 2 Sorks.
Yeah.
He might have some face down removal, but the more I look at this graveyard, the less I have any idea what Flashy's playing towards, actually. I think Flashy is just
Kind of
putting
lost.
his foot in the grave.
Unless you have some sort of burn. I've been. I've been really liking random burn cards in this format because, again, with the lack of ring, you kind of struggle to push damage past face down monsters. I think that's kind of an important tool to have in your decks in this. Just having a random, I don't know, Just Desert, Magical Cylinder, or Ceasefire, whatever, can go a long way. I've also been liking Big Bang Shot a lot for that reason. Just being able to push some damage.
BBS is awesome, especially with the whales. But yeah, it's a great way to push damage, especially in the machine gate builds. I think it's a very conducive card to a lot of what's going on in this format.
True. So we do see the Sork. I think that's the second or is it the third? It's the second, so there must be one more. And we do have the material engraved. But we're swinging. Beast.
There's that one more Sork, but just slamming it here, I think Flashy's done. I think Flashy's cooked.
Why are we thinking about the Saku at that point? Don't you just always?
Because these sets are probably good Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But I think Beast Beats is. I think one of them's a turtle. Is my prediction, and I think he's stalling.
Very possible.
Because he knows Flashy's out of gas.
Yep.
Flash is out of gas here. That was the last Sork. There's no Defu. You just have to sit and relax and enjoy the show.
It is a good show.
This is a good show.
Yeah.
The Reasoning Gate Breaking show. Yeah, I'm sure you're loving this.
Yeah, Reasoning Gate players just don't deserve anything. I never say GG. Like whenever I play anybody.
That is what Nova Ethos just said.
What does he say?
He says Grumple never GGs after playing Reasoning. Known fact. He has Thanksgiving. Oh my God! Happy Thanksgiving. Hot take for Beast Beats. I'm probably not even getting rid of those goats. I'm keeping them. Because how is Flashy getting 2 monsters on the field?
I would have taken out the goats, but I would not have attacked. So I guess the goats just would not have happened if I played.
Indeed.
But I do think that they just put the nail in the coffin. There's nothing you do now. Yeah, no, don't attack them. Don't attack them.
Sit. No. He's making it happen. So he's opening up the board space.
You want to break up the field.
It's okay, though, because at this point, I'm guessing that sets a Reaper or another Turtle. This is just gummed up.
There's only one Sorcerer left. That's probably it. Maybe like a level 5.
No, both of the Sorcerers are gone, are they?
Both?
There's 1 Sorcerer left. There's 1 Sorcerer left.
Yeah.
But how are you dealing 5,900 here?
You don't.
As Flashy. You don't.
I think there might be a level 5 monster left in the deck somehow if I look at the grave, but a power shot isn't great. There's this puppeteer thingy, which I'm actually marionette, I think it's called, which could be possible, but it also doesn't deal enough damage.
Okay, so 2 important concerns that I want to address right now as Flashy lands the spy. Wiz Chirillis asks, was Reasoning Gate a deck in 2005 or a modern deck in the format? My answer, I believe, is that it is a retrofit deck based off of Airblade Turbo from 2007. However, there were decks called HAM, H-A-M, hard as a motherfucker, that were like if Reasoning Gate was cooked by someone on drugs. They looked horrible. They were a complete joke of a deck. Those might have existed previously, but I believe Reasoning Gate, as we understand it now, is based off of Airblade Turbo. And then we have Not Dan L, 88. We have to run Upstart, Jar, and Terra. And then the Spy to 1 Hertz should be 2 or 0, regarding the fact that Gravekeepers are hurting without Spy at 3. It's an unfortunate concession. It's one of those things where you just got to get rid of it anyway. I mean, if you think about it the same way that Infernities are barely playable without Archfiend, but with Archfiend, they're just completely cracked. But it's worse than that, right? I can't even think of an example of a card that archetypally... Oh, Speedroid Terratop. If you guys are aware of Speedroid Terratop in like 2016 with the Zodiacs, that card had to go. It completely killed the Speedroid deck, but it wasn't being used in Speedroids. It was being used other places. Oh no, Master Reactor saying, Crabs have failed me. Lost to Gravekeeper Goat Control and just got crushed in game 1 versus some aggro deck.
So doesn't that just...
So yeah, there you go. Gravekeeper is still playable.
Okay.
And Donald, if you're listening to the stream right now, I need you to stay in this. I need the Crabs to go all the way. You are my favorite deck in the tournament. I'm playing favorites here. Mom's playing favorites. I love it. I love the Crabs. It's my favorite deck I've seen. And we are seeing some good stuff today. I will go ahead and put it out. Do you think Ultimate Offering has a place somewhere, either in Goat or Modified Goat? Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm going to hit him. We have some garbage deck prepared. Okay, they're not all
That we
garbage.
do.
This one is garbage. I think this one. Yep. So I was messing around with this. I was actually playing against Dueling High yesterday, I think, with this. Actually, probably the day before. This is not a good deck. This is not optimized. This has just been a random idea I had in my head. I wanted to throw it together.
Are we showing the Tin Man? Are we showing them the Tin Man?
We already got it. So
let's do it. Machine Heart. Where is it? I don't see.
So the idea, you don't see it? It's not on stream?
Oh, I figured out why. I figured out why.
So I'm going to go to the match straight away again, but just the basic idea here is that you have a bunch of normal monsters. They are all machines, so you can use limited removal. You can use them with Ultimate Offering for the OTK, and you can just use Heart of the Underdog to keep drawing and kind of just wait until you have all your pieces together and slam. So if your opponent cannot deal significant damage early on, you just wait until you have it, and then you have it. It's not a good deck. Again, I can't stress this enough. This is not good, not even modified Goats, but this is an idea of how you could play Ultimate Offering in theory. Okay, back to the match. Flashy opening with 2 face downs. I mean, for Reasoning Gate, this has to be Goats, right? So this Reaper kind of feels
Goats
very greedy.
And probably a jar or a...
Yeah, this Reaper
yeah, but you have
really
to go for it. You
no,
gotta go for it, don't you?
You already know you're running into Goats. Why are you doing this? Just set it.
To make the Goats come up. And it's Token Thanksgiving, as Infusion Cap says.
Okay,
if you have Token Thanksgiving.
If you have Thanksgiving in hand, then I can see this. If you don't, then I think this is just bait.
Delicious life points.
I think you're being greedy. Okay, it's
not Goats. Torrential.
It's not Goats. Unless you didn't want to use Torrent before having the Goats on the field. But I don't think these are Goats.
Reaper is still hard to get rid of, even if you have it in attack position. That's removing 300 attack points from each monster you attack with, which can make a big difference.
Yep. Can also lead to spots where your opponent just gets to push free damage multiple times. But I guess it doesn't matter if it's the only monster on the field.
Reasoning was popular in Scientist OTK in 2004. Thank God. Hello, Janjo. Daddy Janjo is here, my hard-boiled historian. Janjo, give us the scoop on Reasoning. I'm sure that you are going to be better at any history question than me when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! That Airblade thing is just something I kind of know. I picked it up somewhere, but I am a baby. I am an infant. I am a zygote in the Yu-Gi-Oh! World. I am nothing. I've been only playing Goats since 2019. I'm a baby. I don't know anything. Goo goo gaga, I am void of knowledge.
When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm the same. I haven't actually played Yu-Gi-Oh before I played Goats, and I've played Goats for like...
Wait, is that true?
Yes. I haven't...
And you started after me.
I played like...
That makes me feel really bad at this game.
From now. I think
that makes me feel terrible at this game. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I suck. Because you are a killer, dude. With only 1.5 years of experience. How'd you get into the game?
I don't really know. I think I just randomly came across a video on YouTube that just got flushed into my feed somehow. I don't know why. And I just watched it, and it was kind of the Yu-Gi-Oh that I knew as like a child when I was playing with a friend in their playroom, I guess.
So you did play Playground?
Well, yeah, Playground. I guess that's what you can say, yeah. Playground Yu-Gi-Oh! Is what
yeah, I played nothing but Playground. I think Goat format was my first experience actually competing and giving any effort into it. That has to not feel good. Unless Token Thanksgiving is still here, which it very well could be. Let's find out.
But we knew it was Goats. Like, it was pretty obvious.
It was pretty obvious. For me, there was a Pojo 2006 magazine I got from a book sale at a book fair used. And I saw Goat format from the Yugi No intro video. And I said, let me take this deck. It looks like it's legal. I took Camel Control, they called it. It was bad Pac-Man.
And already
I
bad.
got destroyed. I got destroyed. I was dying left and right. And then I discovered the Jinzo and Tonic server, now known as Goat Format EU, and the rest is history. But it was some random Pojo 2006 magazine. I said, this looks so much cooler than Abyss, Mermail, Fire Fist garbage.
Those are certainly words.
Fuck Firewater format, dude. It was so bad. It was so bad. There were only 2 decks that were good. It was the first time summon spam was like a thing. As like, yeah, that's just the deck's plan, is it spams summons. It was the first time it was like you like when you're playing Reasoning Gate, you're like, this is infuriating. But like Fire Water was the first format where it's like, yeah, that's what the gameplay is now. That's just what we do.
That doesn't make Reasoning Gate better.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But that deck was infuriating. I hated it.
Can we
I
just
had no
talk
idea
about
what was
this
going
Monster
on.
Gate hitting a demog for some reason? Like this is just like,
course. That's a course.
If you're looking at if you're Beast Beats right now, you're just wondering why this happens. Like there's nothing that he did wrong to get to this point. It's just variants just decided that demog is coming out, and that means you're losing.
That's Reasoning Gate, baby.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, poor thing. It makes me a little happy. I love demog. I'm a big demog fan.
I do like demog. I just don't like reasoning.
Reasoning specifically, or you mean the deck?
The
Metamorphosis. This is scary. If you're
probably going to diffusion after this.
The one is gone, but
yeah, but we have 5
let's
of those.
see.
I think you actually wanted to hit 3 here just so you can remove one more token.
From the maker, okay, so he does get rid of the Reaper, which is what was most important. As long as he didn't flip 3 tails, this position is playable, I'd say.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see a diffusion follow-up. Unless the back row is scary.
We have removed the Cube.
Cube? Oh, the player, right.
Yeah. So Ivan just beat Cube 2-0, and Cube is requesting withdrawal.
That is unlucky.
Looks like in our top tables right now at our highest round, we've got Evil for Life playing Cloud Mountain Juror, Ivan Rosito waiting on winner of Crops and Flashy over here, Rabbit versus Drundle, Raven Sanger is waiting on Pepper and Damaged, Angel versus Shauner. I am excited about Shauner. Not Flocky versus JJ Stokes, Don't Copy playing Ware Pizza, and Alvarado versus Gia. Then holding on in the high losers, we got Diosama versus the Juror. Looking forward to that one. And looks like the rest. Oh, we've got Gay for Godot versus JDZ plays. Is that like the player Godot?
I would
or
assume
like,
it's like the actress.
Is there a good? Oh no! It's GADO. So
Okay.
It's not like Gal Gadot. It's waiting for Godot.
Ah, okay.
But if there was a female user named Gay for Godot, I would appreciate it.
Yep.
I get it. I do get it.
So what are we actually looking at here? Are we like this demo probably means you don't have True Night because you would have used it before. What are we looking at? What do you
Corinna
do?
asks, Grump is Babby? Are you Babby?
What do you...
Baby. Are you Babby?
Well, that depends on definition. Like what makes me a baby?
I don't know. What do you think of yourself as a baby?
No.
Okay, Corinna, answer. Grump, not Babby.
I mean,
sorry.
Do you?
Sorry to disappoint.
What the hell?
I'm Babby. I'm definitely Babby.
Okay.
Corinna is certified Babby, but I guess you are not.
No.
Aside from scientists historically, yeah, Reasoning Gate didn't pop up more until Airblade, and I forgot DDT. That's the one I forgot. And then Magical Explosion was tested. Magical Explosion, interesting concept, milling the spells. I like that, but Magical Explosion can only deal so much damage at one.
So we remove the demog, which means there's only 1 diffusion in deck. So if we mill this, then the demog is gone forever. Okay.
And it's gone. And it's gone.
And Trinate
Never
gone as
coming
well.
back.
Trinate is gone. And okay, what do we even have monsters? Is there anything? Okay.
Oh
that's
god,
Jinzo.
Jinzo. Yeah, but having Jinzo here and Mirror Torrential are still in the deck. So now if you draw those, you are sad.
Limiter removal is about to go hard.
I don't think he's playing Limiter in
I
this
know.
build.
I'm just
I wouldn't
saying
think so.
it would. But again, like if you're Beast Beats, that's hard to say. So if you are Beast Beats,
Stone Crops.
you're looking at this grave and you see at what's going on Flashy side, where Flashy has 3 cards left in deck, and you have this. Like, what are you supposed to do? He didn't have any choice. He didn't have any choice all game.
That's my phrase of the day: is slam it.
But he did, and it still didn't work. He played the cards he had. There was no choice he had. I guess the only choice you could have had was not using the MST. I think that was questionable. But technically you don't have an option. Like, you just don't have a way to do anything. You don't have a way to make a decision that improves your game. You don't have it. And it doesn't matter what you have said because Jinzo's on the field. So unless you have Book and Mirror Force, this game. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. Burn it.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I have a good story here. Ian Bailey, my dear friend Ian Bailey. For starters, thank you so much for coming down to the stream. I have fond memories of Firewater format because there was a guy who spent $100 on Abyss Water and couldn't out my elemental hero Absolute Zero. Let me tell you, he spent more than $100 on that thing. And get fucked. Fuck Abyss. Absolute Zero, best card. Massive with all those waters and will blow up the field if
Oh, the Hillside Strangler is the Were Pizza. That is the same guy.
The Strangler is Pizza. Okay.
So do we want to watch this because we've already seen him on stream, or do we want to hop into Gia against Alvarado?
I wanna take at least a look at what Don't Copy is playing. Let's see. Sure. Don't Copy is on Chaos Turbo, White Bread. Okay, I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Bye-bye.
We're not watching Don't Copy for the rest of the stream. That's on you, buddy.
Angel versus Shauner. I'm pretty sure Shauner's on zombies. Rabbit versus Drumble. I'm pretty sure that's a Warrior Mirror.
I want to see Gia and Alvarado. I'm sorry.
Oh, no doubt. I forgot about that. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm a fan.
Hold on. Okay, we see Abyss. Okay, this seems like a controllable. This is
Alvarado is playing smoker control over here, it's looking like.
It's low spice.
And Gia is on Warrior.
Okay, so honestly not the best choice for as a stream target here.
You think?
Well, just by saying just by looking at the decks, because both of these decks don't look very special, but the players are excellent, obviously. Like that's
the players are excellent. I am riveted, and honestly, Alvarado could be cooking some good stuff. And we need to talk about this. We need to talk about Tom Abyss without a doubt. We need to talk about the elephant in the room here. Okay, Tom Abyss. If you don't know, the combination of Tomato going into Sangan, Get Your Syrup, Abyss Soldier, deck invented, I believe, by Delinquent and James Zark at 2 separate times. Tom Abyss, greatest engine in this format, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm going to counterpoint that by saying, just go Pure Water, go Mother Grizzly, go for Serpent straight away, and you get to use Salvage. Salvage is busted.
Valid. Also an option, but Tomato has other things. I hope someone does Pure Water. Oh my god. That is a disgusting heavy storm.
And with Salvage, you can even go into Doriado bullshit.
You can. I am a fan. Oh my god. Save the game.
Oh, there's another one?
My god.
Okay, so this last card must be very valuable.
Must be very vital.
What could it be?
Because that heavy storm is going to blow up his own Mimic too.
So Mirror Force and Torrent are gone. I think this almost has to be the third Solemn. I don't think you use Solemn for anything else but the Solemn. No, it's a book.
It's Book of Moon.
It's good enough. It's good enough for the point.
That's good enough in this spot. Yeah. He does not have the proper nutrients to summon a chaos monster here, as Fancy was so fond of saying last night. He is missing a light nutrient. So I think this is probably going to be a pass from Alvarado as we keep on slamming. Growing a garden with all those greens, says Salad Yard. I do not understand.
I think it's
it's spell cards. It's spell cards. Oh no. No.
Do we crash? No. There's the guy who banishes, right? There's the Dark Blade
there's Dark Blade Dragon Light.
Yes. Because the other ones
he's solid here. He's really good here.
What do we get to banish?
And
we get to banish Exiled. So Prima on Exiled is no longer now. This doesn't work. And you can banish Warrior Lady.
Well, he has at 300 life points, so.
True.
She needs Snatch. She needs Snatch, and she needs it now.
Nope, that's not a Snatch.
That is not Snatch, but what could it be? We will find out. Can't be Lady, could be Assailant, could be Fate.
I think any monster you see, draw is something that you can set here.
And Lights Out with the top deck Abyss Soldier. Yeah, hate to see it. I've been a big fan of the Abyss Soldier so far.
Same.
I do think eventually we will be terminating its employment here. But I think Abyss format as our first start, I think it's been enjoyable to watch. I think it's good content. I think it's good gameplay.
I do like Big Willy. I'm a big fan. It opens up so many nice combinations. With Prima and even Big Bang Shot, you can combine that with...
Speaking of, you were talking about water. While these two players are siding, pull up water aggro deck. We have more lists for you, folks. We have more good stuff.
Let's guess which one it is, because I can't tell. I have them all up in this browser. This isn't it. You didn't see that. You didn't see that one. No.
Stop looking. Stop looking.
No, we don't actually have water aggro. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I got one.
Okay, show me.
Do you want me to send it to you?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
I'm just very glad that nobody saw the decks we pulled up. That's very good. Very professional.
I agree. All right, here's my water aggro deck I was playing.
Sure. Where are you sending it though?
I'm gonna send it in Discord
okay.
if you want.
Sure. So
Of
game
course,
1 went
DB's
to Alvarado. That was only game 1 though. But the matchup doesn't look good for Gia. Warrior against Control.
I think if Gia's packing what I think she's packing, I feel a little better about it. But we're still in a chat that technically Bluetooth is in. I find that very amusing.
You know that we still have another, like we have a direct chat. You know that, right?
We do, but if we do that now, it'll change the stream. Wes Fowler says, "Buy painful choice, legal, please." I've been thinking about it. I've been considering it, but I think it would be ridiculous. Like, that's a big choice to make. That is a big, big choice to make.
Okay, so this is just pure water aggro. I think I've actually talked to you about this before. I think Aqua Spirit is hot trash. I think that card is nothing. I believe that Minecon main is kind of strange in this format, especially. But
oh my! This is a questionable build. This was like a preliminary build, but I think it's there, right? Like the power is obviously there. I was also doing a version with Zaborg and Return and Monkey.
And the worst part is you're missing salvage. We have Mother Grizzly, we have Yomi ship, we don't have salvage. What are we doing?
I don't know. We can cut mind control for salvage.
Yeah, good call.
Happy?
Yeah,
happy?
Absolutely.
Done.
Thank you.
You can't see it, folks, because I did a screenshot, but mind control is now salvage. Okay?
The deck has been improved. We're back to the match. Unless you want to talk more about... if you have more to talk about, then hit me.
Let's take a look at what we got in the match for now.
PK and face downs, and there's a goat that got taken out by Tornado.
That is... Oh, goat taken out by... Oh. I accidentally removed a player. I'll have to manual it if it becomes a problem. JDZ.
Wait, did you remove JDZ?
JDZ accidentally removed a player. Thanks for telling me. Oh my god, dude.
Okay, so we do see this, Sura. I'm assuming there's big bang shots coming, but not anymore because Marathos is down. There might be Metasa as well. I'm a fan of Metasa just in your side deck if you're a warrior player.
I think Metasa is great.
I really like that card.
I think it's just a good card. Oh, Ashura is gone though. Yep. Ashura eats the Mirror Force, like you said. But Scapegoat down at the very least, but that is not good if you're Gia.
I'm wondering why you slammed it anyway, because if you have another option for a monster, I think you just use that, be it Sasuke or Blade Knight. So I would assume that Gia is kind of monster stuffed. And that probably also means that there are no Solemns on the field, because if you're monster stuffed, then you just set the background unless you don't have Solemns. Oh no, we're going for Exile.
Oh,
this is
yeah, I think that disproves your theory pretty handedly.
I think that
Exiled beatdown is not what you want to see. Dust Tornado targeting just okay.
Wait,
what's
that's
a Solemn?
Why is that?
Grumple, what are you talking about?
I am making reads. I'm not saying they're good, but I would like to know why Alvarado used Tornado in her battle phase there. What's the idea?
I have zero idea. I've got
because there
not
must
a clue.
be something. It's Alvarado. He doesn't do random stuff. There is a reason for this. What's the reason?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to get some information.
Yeah, but you can do that in your
He has Serpent already. He has Serpent already. Terrifying. Oh god. Maybe... I think if like this is a format where having Serpent is really, really strong.
I was about to say maybe Abyss Soldier doesn't have to leave. Maybe Serpent does.
It's possible. It's possible. But JDZ was saying this last night along with Fancy. It's such a core piece of the format.
I know.
But I think eventually there might be a no Serpente format.
Yeah. I think the big thing to keep this going would be to just have changes that aren't supposed to stick around. Like, for example, we could have just
That's exactly what I'm saying.
We could just have guest cards from other formats, like let's say three per patch or something like that just exist and make it different. Like let's say we allow Hydrogeddon for the next one. Why not? Hydrogeddon is great. I love it. Great card.
We're not doing out of format. We're not doing out of format.
Oh, okay. That's what I meant. I meant like guest cards from other formats.
Oh, I definitely want to do guest cards of like this card is obviously broken in format warping and let's like see what it does. But I'm thinking guest cards from other formats. That's when people are saying if you modify a Go format, it's no longer Go format. I think if you take a card that's not in Go format and put it in, That's where my line is drawn.
Yeah,
Personally,
that's why I'm calling it guest cards. Like if I would do it, then I would do it as like a as I said, just as a one patch stint where it wouldn't stick around. It would just be there for like 1 or 2 tournaments and then it's gone again. Like,
I could see it being like
performance.
a fun casual tournament of modified goats at some point. I do want the circuit to be like its own solidified thing. We'll see where it goes. This serpent and this swords though, backbreaking.
Yeah.
Backbreaking if you're Gia here.
Do you even attack if you're Alvarado? Oh, we do. We get booked. There's Abyss. Is Torrent
And there's
still in the
Abyss.
game? Torrent could have been. Oh, Torrent's out. Okay.
Torrent would have been a huge.
But it was
Is
out.
it gone already?
Yeah.
It is gone. Oh, that's
Wait, why
painful.
are we doing this though? Oh, of course, on the swords. Oh God, no. No.
That's obnoxious. That's game ending. Okay.
That is disgusting. Like,
That's
honestly,
a
just
good
this one time is
bottomless,
already enough.
though.
This one time is already enough to finish the game. I don't think
I
that
think so.
the bottomless is too little too late.
Breaker?
No.
No.
I think Breaker is out if you check. No, it's not. It's not. But MST is out. There's one tornado out. There's probably like a heavy, maybe another tornado and Breaker
Oh,
in the deck.
no.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, I would not want to be Gia 76 at this moment.
Would you like to be Gia 77?
That would be upgraded. That would be an upgraded iteration of Gia. It's true.
Okay. Okay, so we tossed the heavy.
Tech,
Oh,
Umi,
God,
Riku.
no.
People have some wild plans for the water deck here. My brain has dissociated from what's going on in this match. It's too hard to watch. Let's
What are
talk
they
about
putting up?
water with Penguin Soldier.
Oh,
Penguin
yes.
Soldier, Umi, Riku. Just play a Legendary Ocean.
But Umi Riku has more stats. It's not the regular.
What's it do?
Okay, so it's like Gaia power for water. It's not Umi. It's Umi Ruka. It's the upgraded.
Oh, does it count as Umi?
No,
Then who even cares?
because it's more stats.
It
And
has
that's the
to
idea.
count
You
as
can
Umi.
you can use the starfish, right? You can use the starfish. You can just spam out.
I do think it would be funny to make a deck that's like 3 Nightmare Penguin, Umi Riku, the Starfish, and it's just like all your guys are little, but they're just boosting each other up massive. You can play Level Limit because they're all small. Well, if you play Ocean, then you can play Level Limit.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Buckroth OTK, where you play Legendary Ocean and have the Amphibious Buckroth for direct attacks, and you can even play Limiter Removal on that one.
Grumple, I don't want to watch this anymore. This is just painful.
Okay, it's about to be over. Let's sit here. You can already look for the next one. Like, pick out the next one you want.
I'm gonna get scoping. We'll
I'm
take a
watching
look
this
around.
again. Okay.
Evil beating Cloud Mountain Jura, going on to looks like next round 4. Ivan versus Flashy, probably pretty spicy. Angel versus Shauner seems good. Copy versus Were Pizza, less so. If we want to jump down to Dogtown, that's an option. We can see Dueling High on his Crabs versus Lalo.
Please,
Fresh
just pick one.
IRL versus Fancy. I think both of those players are not even in attendance.
Please,
I
tell
think
me who you
we're
want.
going to go ahead. I want to see Dueling High. I'll go ahead and say it. I want to follow that, man. I'm going to go ahead and check that Fancy and Fresh aren't dead.
Who's Dueling's high opponent? Because I can't.
They are
I
both
got it,
just
I got it.
not here.
I got
They
it.
are both just not here.
Well, then drop him.
Yeah, I'm dropping them now. That's hilarious that they both got played together, so I didn't notice until now. I feel so bad for whoever's been waiting for him.
Also, Fancy no-showing after casting the tournament yesterday is also...
After casting
classic.
and making such a thing of it, yeah.
Okay, so we've seen Lighten the Load already. There is a Crab Turtle in the grave. Abyss is going. And it's a 1-1, so this is the deciding match. It looks like Dueling High is a bit of an advantage here. But it's not a big one, and let's see what Call can call. Call can go for DD Assailant, which is okay, but it's not great.
Is Lalo Carl?
What?
You said Carl.
No, Call. Like Call of the Haunted?
Oh, Carl. I'm so stupid. Oh, God. Chaotic Sorcerer returning to the fray, getting rid of that DD Assailant for free, no cost. JDZ here in the chat with us. JDZ, are you still in the tournament? Is it Jover for JDZ?
I don't know. I could ask him.
Let's find out.
I'm not going to.
I'm finding out.
Okay, well, so we see Grace. Grace always helps. Okay, nice overlay. I like it. Let's overlay Sorcerer and Abyss Soldier and fusion it for XYZ Cannon. No? Okay, I guess not. What are we doing?
What am I missing here? It's a smashing ground, isn't it? What's going on here? Oh, I see. That was alignment. That was an alignment decision to make sure the premature burial was in alignment with Chaos Sorcerer.
Okay, so we toss Prima and Serpent. Makes sense. Serpent's always the best toss, and Prima doesn't have good targets. What do we want? We want to face
That was a
them.
very accurate Goat Duels impression. I am confused. Is that were you talking about if I were to talk like this, or something I said?
I am still confused,
We'll never know.
But that's
We'll
okay.
never know.
Just let me be confused. Okay, so Lolo is going to pick up the Serpent again. The Face the Monster still on the field. Dueling High is not making progress and is low on HP. So actually getting to a point
Indeed.
where Ceasefire
But the Chaotic
can
Sorcerer
deal...
can make a lot of progress. If Lalo has Ceasefire, nasty.
Because we know
nasty
Serpent...
result.
Actually, they forgot Serpent. They forgot Serpent.
They forgot Serpent. But they do have Nobleman hitting
Tragic.
the Magician. That it feels pretty bad. But in Dueling High's graveyard is only a light in the load, so it's not a huge deal.
By the way, I just recently... Because I've just seen them jump from main phase 1 to main phase 2. I've just recently learned that you can actually go into your battle phase without any monsters on the field. Just go to main phase 2 and summon a gorilla so you don't have to attack. I just recently learned
I
that
did
that's
not
actually
know
possible.
that. I did not know you're allowed to play main phase 2 without a battle phase. I thought that
No,
wasn't
you
legal.
need to go to the battle phase, but you don't have to do anything. You can just go to... You can just say it's battle phase and then you're skipping it.
I might be thinking of Magic the Gathering. I believe in that game, if you do not go to combat, you do not get a main phase 2. But I can't be certain. Can't be certain.
So, Lolo, did they pick up the Serpent? Yeah, they did. So there's probably a Serpent somewhere here. It must be the new one because the old one was set. Oh,
GK
yeah.
card. If I am Dueling High. Let's see.
The
Yeah,
other one
I'm
has the
bouncing.
Serpent almost certainly. Serpently, haha. Please stop.
Did you just tell yourself to stop? That was probably a good choice.
No,
Oh, sack.
I was trying to tell you to stop to encourage me because it's not a good place. If we're going down that path, we're not leaving alive.
Oh, the pun path?
Yeah,
A
we're
dark
not-
road from which
yeah.
we cannot return?
Yeah. I have a problem with
see.
moderation in anything in my life, and puns are part of it.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty sinister alley to go down.
Please. Okay, Kaiku can do stuff. Kaiku can stop more sorcerers. Can at least punch over the Gravekeeper's Guard. Does go through.
That's some
It
results
does.
for sure. This is not a good position for DH over here.
Exactly, because
Sad
now
to
you're
say
so
it.
low. So, and this is the point where Ring would have been exact lethal, but we don't have Ring. So what do you do?
We do not have Ring, thank God. And that's the beauty of it, right? There's moments where in standard GOAT, a game would be open and shut, and here we have some more back and forth.
That's a good one.
Skill
That's a
dark,
really good one.
Skill dark! Oh my God! That's huge. That is a massive swing in tempo right there. Skill Dark Magician is big stock on that card here. Anyone who's in the know, we know that card has been performing great in this current format.
I mean,
It beats
answers
over
Abyss,
so many
right?
options.
That's the big
It
deal.
answers Abyss. It answers Kaiku. It gets over most of the 1600s. It's defends for most of the 1600s. It's sook-proof. It is everything you need it to be.
All right. I want to throw down a card that I've been actually playing in my actual turbo decks, in my side deck. Mystic Swordsman level 4, because it has a very similar stat line to
my
this.
God, Jesus Christ.
I
Here we
think
go.
that
Here we
card
go.
is a better Sentry Golem. I'm saying it, and it's true. If you don't
I
know the
can see
card,
that.
if you
I can
don't know
see
the
that.
card, it's a level 4 monster that you cannot summon, like normal summon, but you can set it and then flip
And
summon.
keep in mind, Marauding Captain is at 3 in this format.
I wish I had a deck prepared with Sacred Crane and the Rare Metal Dragon.
Oh, I
because-
have one. I have one. But I'm not playing Rare Metal. I'm just playing like 2 Sacred Cranes. But mainly my idea, I was doing it like Earth Aggro. My main idea was that if you get 2 captains on the field, they can't attack you back.
No, I
So
don't care
most
about
of my stuff was like Dueling High gets the match, slams in. I'm so happy. I am using the word slam all over the place here. We are absolutely cooking. If you haven't seen this deck, this is Crabs. He is using Crab Turtle in combination with Lighten the Load, very similar to the WoW Ink technology, only because you're using Crab Turtle instead of Zork or Masked Beast, you can activate Abyss Soldier with it, which is crazy. This deck's awesome.
And we've recently learned that shuffling the card back into the deck isn't actually cost.
All one effect. It is not cost.
Exactly. So you cannot use MST to make your opponent go minus. It does not work. Okay, next one. Who do you want to watch?
Let's take a look. I want to go over to Rabbit versus Drundle.
Sure. Are we looking at Dogtown or is there still winners?
Oh, we're in. Do you want to go down to? Let's go down to
No, I'm
Dogtown.
asking.
Let's go
I'm
check out
asking what
Dogtown.
this match is. I'm fine with. Okay, this is about to be over.
We just got fresh off the boat is Infusion Cat versus Dueling High. We got Gay for Godot versus JDZ, but JDZ has been watching a match, so I don't know what he's doing. We got Where Pizza versus Done Deal. I think I want to watch Cloud Mountain Jura versus Spark.
Okay, I think this is about to be over. I'm already in the Rabbit match, so I'm going to watch this now because we're in game 3 and this is pretty much over. But we've seen a Stein drop.
Yes,
from
it is
Rabbit.
pretty much over.
We've seen a Stein drop from Rabbit. But
We
see the Vogue Last Will technology. I think Gyomba Man was messing around with that with like Big Shield Garda to get multiple.
Stein.
Because
It's
you could
Stein.
you could get multiple Stein summons of Last Will, right? So the idea is you set Gardner, you use Last Will and Wok on it, you gain HP, and then you have enough HP to use the Stein effect twice. That is the idea.
It's amazing. I love Double Stein. I love Walk Stein.
And I guess you can
I was testing my new Panda Burn deck right before the PWCQ that I topped, and I ran into Mayberry and Gyomber playing that deck, and it was suffering. It was nothing short of absolute suffering. I was on an alt, they didn't know it was me, and afterwards they were like, "Who is this poor bastard? Look at who ran into the same player twice." I went, "That's me. I hate you guys."
But it's honestly just fair because nobody ever wants to run into you on ladder. It's never enjoyable.
Thanks.
I mean, that is a compliment.
I ought to change my profile pic to Time Wizard.
It is sort of a compliment, though, right? If you look at it like strangely.
Am I a ladder scourge? Is that it? I'm a ladder scourge.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that the decks that you play are very unpleasant for the opponent. Let's put it that way.
I put fear to the hearts of my enemies. I'm usually cooking on ladder. Very rare I play. Like, I haven't played Cat on ladder in a hot minute. I play a good amount of Blue Turbo on ladder right now. I was cooking recently. What was it? Ooh, I've been playing around with Manticore of Darkness.
Oh, nice.
Which is not a dark monster or a beast.
I think it's a winged beast, right?
It is a beast warrior.
Oh, God.
It has wings, and it is not a winged beast because fuck you is why.
Yeah. Honestly, beast warrior is one of those types that just shouldn't exist.
It shouldn't. It was at all. It just shouldn't. Okay, and that's game. That's it.
Yeah, it should be Lady, right? Yeah, Lady does it.
And then Don is the exact bundle. Moving on.
Yeah, Lady does not target.
But Rabbit, yeah, if I believe, Rabbit is playing Warriors, and then it turns into Tomatis. Yes.
No, Rabbit
which is awesome.
Rabbit is playing the Last Will Walk technology.
Is this straight Walkstein? That's awesome. Yeah. That's great.
Okay, who was the one that you want to watch now?
Let's take a look. I want to go back to Dueling High because we only saw 5 seconds of that. That deck's awesome. People haven't seen the cook.
Who is Infusion's
So we're going Dueling High versus Infusion's Cap. Infusion's Cap out here playing seems Chaos Control.
Maybe
has started with the lead. Goats out. Ashura hits Overbreaker.
We have Thunder Dragon, so it has to be Chaos Control.
Yep.
Let's see. We only have a break. Okay, Pot is good.
Pot is a good card.
I kind of feel like Pot is almost necessary for Gold to really function, even if it's also unfair.
That's what I'm saying. It's once in a while, it's going to do the first turn sack. But let's address this, because people are saying, why didn't I ban Pot and Charity when I did ban Duo? It's very simple. A bad player will squander the advantage they got from Pot of Greed, and will be happy when they draw a Pot of Greed late game to save them. A good player cannot play past having their cards taken away on turn 0, and no one gives a shit if you draw Duo late game. All Duo does is ruin your life on turn 1 once in a while. That's all it does. Stupid card.
So the reason, like, my case for keeping Pot is a different one. My case would be that without it, the format would be unsatisfyingly slow.
Yes, agreed. And also, Faith being like a really important set, I think is core to GOAT format's identity.
That's true. I don't really care about the identity part that much, to be honest. But like, different people are going to have it.
Yeah, you want to put Hydrogate on in this thing.
I know. Not only like, there's so much crazy bullshit you could pull. Like, for example, why don't we just randomly allow Bubble Man? Like, maybe somebody comes up with something. Like, maybe you just Rhoda for it. And
well,
it becomes...
if we put Bubble Man in, that's Pot of Greed right there. That's
know.
Our Pot of Greed.
I know.
Here's the thing. I'll tell you right now. If you put Bubble Man in GOAT format, I'm playing Speedburn. I'm playing Speedburn. You can't stop me.
I mean, yeah. Okay, fair.
I'm playing Bubble Man Speed Burn.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Double Man is never coming. Double Man is never coming to the format. I'm sorry. But I do wish that we had more elemental heroes, because they are just so iconic to Yu-Gi-Oh as a whole. Probably not GOAT, but just for Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's so sad that we only have bad elemental heroes.
Yes, and it's also just so stupid that they don't all fusion together, right? You have to have those specific combinations. Like, why don't
we just don't have enough of them because they were all a set late.
Why don't we have a fusion for every combination? That would have been so much better. Like, you could actually use like Emissary of
Madcap
Darkness.
says Crab Turbo. That's it. Crab Slam. Here we go. Crab Turbo indeed. But yeah, you know what could be a nice guest card? One copy of Stratos. One copy of Stratos.
Oh no. No. Actually, yes, because the targets are all ass.
The targets are all ass. It's a warrior. It's like a warrior deck, and you don't have anything that makes Stratos. The only thing good about Stratos is
Stratos would
it's just a Manju. It's just a Manju, and it maybe it's a breaker. Maybe it's a breaker, and it's searchable off Rhoda, but you only need to play one. It makes the warrior returning alive a very good card.
That's true.
Which is hilarious because you can discard whatever you searched off of it to get it, and then play it back, search something else. That's basically all even.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Book of Moon here would go kind of crazy. Let's see. Nope. Just letting it go.
So what are we actually looking at? This is Chaos Control, right? And we know that Dueling High is still on the lighten the load. What is it called?
He's lightening the load.
Lighten the load.
So for those who aren't familiar, once per turn, you can add one level 7 or higher monster from your hand to your deck. Shuffle it, draw a card. That's all one effect, not cost an effect. Each time he normal summons Manju, he adds Crab Turtle to the hand, immediately lightens the load. The handymen turn into normal summon, draw one. Very powerful stuff.
Pui, I have an idea for another guest card, because lighten the load,
honestly,
lighten the load is a worse trade-in. We could be using Manju trade-in combinations.
Thunder Dragon trade-in.
Thunder Dragon?
Enough said.
No,
Thunder Dragon trade-in.
Trade-in works on level 8 and higher.
Oh, trade-in. I thought you were talking about card trader.
I don't know.
Card trader. Trade-in is promising. Yeah, honestly. Trade-in, but I think it only is good for the handyman. Like, what else? What are you discarding? BLS? DMOC?
Blue Eyes. You could use Paladin. You could use the Manjus for Paladin. You could double use the Manjus where you can search for level 8 rituals and also
Is Buster Blader a level 7 or a level 8?
I think it's 7.
That's sad.
Also, another card I wanted to talk about for this is because BLS is kind of the boss monster of the format, right? Like, no other boss monster comes close.
There are better boss monsters now, honestly.
So I wouldn't say there are better ones, but I feel like there's one in line that people haven't really noticed yet, because most boss monsters have the problem that they need too much setup and then they don't really have enough impact, right? But Horus, level 8, is nasty.
Horus level 8, awesome card. Especially, I think a card that has stock up. I think a card that has stock up right now is My Body as a Shield.
True. But that's, in my opinion, the interesting part about this, just because there's this domino effect of cards being better and worse, and then the answers to those cards being better or worse. For example, one of those conclusions that most people have had was that Book of Moon is kind of bad against Turbo. But now that BLS isn't actually a thing, you can always reliably deny the
You can always deny the Source Banish, and then you can hit it with the clapback.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You still
that's why people are
-1,
playing Book of Moon again. There's also a lot more aggression in this format, so Book of Moon more often able to stop an attack and then let you crack back in situations where you wouldn't really be able to do that as much. It's a less common occurrence. But Chaos Turbo is just fine. Also, most of the Chaos Turbo decks have become Chaos Control decks, which means that, for example, if Dawn had a book right here, it'd be quite useful. Man A, Man B says, Manticore additional effect. This card is also treated as a winged beast, and it gains 100 attack and defense for each other monster with those types on the field. Okay. No. How about no?
The next guest
How
card.
about that's terrifying?
I have the next guest card. So
who's the next guest card?
If we're banning Serpent, maybe we could allow Foolish Burial.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I didn't say it. Oh, actually, I did say it. Okay, I
You
said
know,
it.
Manticore.
I know. That's the idea. You just Manticore loop with Foolish
That's
Warrior.
so upsetting. That's so upset. Why would you want to put that into our format, into our good Christian format?
That is a very good question. I don't have an answer. I think the only answer I would have is because I'd like to see people suffer, but that's not really true. So
That's a bad answer.
I'm going to.
I like to see people suffer. That's my job. Your job is to be like, no, please, that's dumb.
I'm going to walk that suggestion back. That is bad. Let's not put Foolish Burial in.
And Don is asking Ashura Priest, I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Torrential downpour over here. Could allow DD Warrior. How about just making DD Warrior go to 2 or 3? Because we've been thinking about it.
DD Warrior, is that even in Goat? Or would
No.
that be a guest card?
It would be a guest card.
Because that card is bad.
It's just a worse DD Warrior lady, isn't it?
Sort of. Like, it doesn't have the option, it has to do it, and it has worse stats.
Oh, that's terrible. And it's not even a light, it's Earth. Assailant, literally, okay. That's a Dead Abyss. Also, Donald, all of a sudden, dueling high, pulling back into this game, cleanly answering the threats here, and coming back in. A Manju summon's really going to solidify it. That's amazing right here, because if he gets this shuffle off, we are ahead in cards with the Serpent equipped. Look at it go. I am indeed a biased commentator. My apologies. I have much love for the crabs.
Do you know how many copies he's playing? Is it just a one-off? Because you can keep recycling it, or do you have multiple?
2 light in the load. 2 light in the load, 3 crabs, 3 Manju, 2
crabs?
Fenju.
3 crabs doesn't
3 crabs. It is.
Oh, actually,
it is.
because of
it's discard fodder for everything else, too.
True. Yeah,
you know
I was thinking that maybe you could just.
You know who would be bad? Goblin Agreed here would murder dueling high.
True.
It's so over. That would be a bad one.
There are just some cards that I feel have like a knock-on effect that could become viable. For example, Earth Aggro becomes one of the better aggro decks because they support Wangu so well because
I agree.
Control is good. And then in those Earth Aggro decks, you also have DD Assailant. So suddenly, if you're a warrior, DD Survivor becomes appealing. Because DD Survivor hits DD Assailant and just comes back in the end phase.
That is good tech, especially if DD Warrior Lady is put back up. That is a thing that is possible. Here comes the Abyss on Abyss violence over here. I wonder what the bounce is going to be.
Probably
I'm very curious here.
Because bouncing really doesn't really do anything for you.
Except get you hit for another 1800, yeah. Let's see what he chooses.
I think the old one. Actually, are they both?
Target, lighten the low. Oh, here comes Heavy Storm.
Oh,
my god!
I think it's using he's trying to bypass the once per turn.
No, he hasn't used it this turn.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Unlucky. So, do you still use the heavy here because you need the crash, right? If you don't crash it, you have a problem. You have a big problem. I think you have to heavy. I think you still have to do it. But it's one of those
Moral
spots that
Game
you don't
says,
like.
Is there any demand for Exarion Universe? Yes, we almost put Exarion in, and we decided not to yet. I personally, I'm only speculating when it comes to these guest cards. I do not want to add newer cards into the format, but Exarion was debated, and we ended up rolling that back because it is just simply not in GOAT format. The history records show it. Oh god, Infusion's Cap pulling right on ahead here with the graceful into the pot.
So my problem with having cards that aren't in GOAT and GOAT isn't actually that they're not part of GOAT. My problem with them is that they're not in the deck builder if you filter for GOAT cards. So it's like you're kind of making the barrier of entry a little higher for no reason. That's my main problem with it. But yeah, whatever. Honestly, we don't know where we're taking this. We're just looking at feedback. We're just looking at how things go, and then we try to improve.
And results, and we're gonna go from there. There will be much more deliberation among the staff based off the results, but you are all providing valuable data with your opinions, with your gameplay, with your deck list, with your speculation, with your engagement, all of it. And Don is pulling right back in. The Don is here. With his own charity and storm.
The HP gap is so large, though, and what does he actually have to swing the deck?
And this is a format where that matters a lot.
Yeah. The big question
is real estate right there.
How do you actually deal all of this
And if you look at Infusion's Cap's graveyard, we have Ashura, 2 Whale, and Abyss Soldier, and Prima already gone. No nutrients for Chaos Sorcerer. Infusion's Cap is not in a position to deal a great amount of damage here. He is still ahead on cards, however.
Well, yes, but 2 of those cards are Thunder Dragons, so they're not real. Actually, never mind, they're already banished. I'm lying to you. Also,
That
2
is
Sorcerers are out. 2 Sorcerers are already out.
Painful.
Absolutely.
That is a painful move for Infusion's Cap for dueling high right there. That was probably the worst thing that could have possibly happened. You can Prohibition a Serpent Engrave. Is that real? Is that real life?
Really?
That's honestly worth doing.
That's funny. That's really funny.
That's really, really funny.
But I think the problem then becomes that pretty much every deck in the format plays Serpent as well. So you're kind of locking yourself out too.
Well, just don't be the deck that plays Serpent.
Yeah,
Did
true.
you think about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, okay.
game set match. But however, Infusion's Cap is the deck playing Serpent. And there goes Tsukuyomi. Can this set? Nope. That is a dead dueling high. How's everyone feeling? That's an important question to ask here. Can I get a bit of a thermometer? Can I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down from the folks in the chat? And speaking of, if you have not liked the stream yet, what are you doing?
True.
Give this stream a like. It's a huge help. It's a huge support. This is my first stream ever.
Have you subscribed yet? Because if you're winning and you're not subscribed, you're not getting $50.
Oh, no. That's only for the first 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm spreading misinformation.
Yeah, because otherwise someone's going to get into grands and they're going to just subscribe at the last second. I think the multiple type thing would be very good for the Manticore. I think it'd be a very interesting choice to make for a card. I think it's something that Yu-Gi-Oh! Never engaged with, but Magic has this thing called Changeling, where if you have Changeling in your text box, you're every creature type at all times, which has crazy ramifications.
I would never want to change the card's text, though. I think that's something that we should never do.
I agree. I fully agree. I think every time they make an errata on a Yu-Gi-Oh card, a fairy dies.
Okay, I'm not talking about erratas. I'm talking about us for this format.
I agree with that too. I don't think the text on Yu-Gi-Oh cards should change, ever. We shouldn't change it. They shouldn't change it. Even it's PSCT. I think that's the only thing, right? If the PSCT doesn't make sense and they want to make it make sense, that's allowed.
What is PSCT?
Problem-solving card text. So around, I think, 2000, I don't know when, but basically what they did is they added a specific nomenclature, phrasing, and way in which cards are written to make them make sense within the rules of the game. So for example, right, with the thing of lighten the load, right? So the reason why I know lighten the load is all one effect and it's not cost is because lighten the load, if there was a version where there's a semicolon, Yu-Gi-Oh! In PSCT, the semicolon is how you know that it's cost and effect. If you don't see it, it's all one thing. Guest card Utopia, painful. Painful choice. That is a painful choice. Worse than the spell card, painful choice. If you don't know Utopia, it is a 2,500 beater you summon off of overlaying 2 level 4 monsters. And it negates an attack whenever it's attacked up to 2 times. And then the 3rd time it's attacked, it's destroyed. But having a 2,500 beater that negates attacks in GOAT format is a big no-no. And on top of that...
It would still die to Raigeki Break and stuff, right? Does it have any...
On top of that, I believe you have... You just 2 level 4s. Any 2 level 4s.
Yeah, okay.
It's an Xyz monster. And because of how GOAT format works in GOAT format Rule 2, you have unlimited copies of it. Every time you get 2 level 4 monsters, you can just go into Utopia.
I think there's also like a big no-no of just introducing mechanics that aren't present.
I agree. The whole point of modified GOATs is that if you only played GOAT in 2005, you still know all the cards are. Putting an Xyz monster in, that's a little much.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so Madcap says, when you talked about Goblin of Greed, it only stops discard costs. Discards within effect still work. So Madcap, I think that means it's a bad pick.
So Grace would have worked still. Because Grace doesn't have cost for discard, it just does it as part of the effect. Okay.
That makes me like it a lot less. It
I don't
still does a lot of what Madcap wanted it to do, but if it could turn off card destruction, I'd be very happy. Or Graceful, which is what Don just played here, and we're going in with our faith in our handyman.
What are we searching?
Sangan getting beat over. Let's see. It's probably Serpent, right?
This is now Chaos material as well.
Yeah.
It's Serpenta. The big 300 from off. I kind of always find it strange that Yu-Gi-Oh cards have such big numbers on them. Like, for example, why is this 300? Why do we... Like, we never actually used the last digits. This could have just been a 3. There's no reason that we are using hundreds and thousands. What are we doing?
Oh my god. So here's the thing. Here's actually the thing about that. When I used to believe that, and I thought it was like ridiculous, if I were to change it now, what I would do is I would make it like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, up to like 100. That's how I would do it. Because the thing is, in Magic, because of it being like power is like units of 1 and 20 is your life total, and it's like really scaled down. Every time they make a card that deals damage to a certain amount, because of how that card game is designed, if a card is 1 toughness, which if it goes to 0, it dies, the difference between 1 and 2 in Magic is profound. The amount of things that die between 1 and 2, it's like such a design chokehold for them, is does this card have 1 defense or 2? And then Yu-Gi-Oh, you have everything under the sun. And it's still like, this is a small monster, but the nuances of it that having the hundreds provides is pretty good. But you don't need that last 0. It could be going up to 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, up to 100, 200, 500 as the strongest monster. It would still do the job. Because we don't need 50. We just don't need 50. It's ridiculous.
As a child, my theory on that was that they just wanted to seem like they're stronger than Pokemon cards. That's probably complete.
I think that's true. I think
you think that's true because that's something that my like 10-year-old brain came up with. I doubt I was right on anything at that point.
Yeah, and who were they marketing to, Grumple? 10-year-olds. They were marketing to 10-year-olds, and it worked.
But
wow,
it's a really
these are
stupid...
stronger than Pokemon.
It's a really stupid reason, though. It shouldn't work.
I agree, and yet... Ivan says, drop me. Whoa.
What happened, Ivan? What happened?
Ivan, what happened? He's in like what round was he in that he just he lost in round 3 on winner's side. He said, drop me. I'm in disbelief right now. But I will have to say, it is a long tournament to be playing solo Chaos Turbo or whatever he's playing for $10 from Dogtown. I respect it. I respect it.
I don't.
All right, I agree. Fuck you, Ivan. We have Don't Copy versus Alvarado in round 4. That makes me sad. That makes me sad.
It doesn't for me, because to me it proves that we're still playing the same game.
I agree.
Wait,
the good players are still playing good.
Didn't he just use this thing? That's also like one thing that people came up with in the channel when this was first announced. Like some people thought that this was that the idea behind this was to stop good players from winning games, and to me that's nonsense, because when good players win tournaments and games, that just proves that the format is worth playing. That
proves that the format's well designed. The goal of this format is to have the least pleasant interactions, not in the format. That's all I wanted right now.
And then again, to me that's not even the goal. To me that's not the goal. For me, what I want to see, just want to see unique problems in the deck building process that people have to adjust to. Just
unique solutions.
Yeah, exactly. Just so people have to have different approaches to problem solving, because we've been playing this format for like almost 20 years. We've seen everything, pretty much everything. Like
everything that the format possibly has, and it's just going in cycles now. But whether or not you can read what an opponent's doing, like right now, what's the flavor of the month? JDZ was talking about this before. You're totally right.
Turtle.
Where it's about deck building. It's about deck building.
Because I think we have players in our format that are very strong players, but who actually have never built an actual deck before. I'm not going to name names, but I would like to.
We know who you're talking about, and those players, we need them to actually try. We need those players to actually try. That's a very good heavy storm. And Madcap says, really glad Modified Goats isn't a one-off thing. It is not. Unfortunately, lost to Machine OTK twice, but I did get to double Karibo, which was hilarious. Madcap, we saw the whole thing. That was the best moment of the whole stream. I'm going to go ahead and say it. That was awesome.
Double limiter removal and then double Karibo.
Grumple,
Yes.
important heads up.
Oh, hit me.
I'm going to need some nourishment and some sustenance after this match. And if you want to take shifts off, if you need to go eat as well, you can take a turn as well. I need to go grab some food.
The problem is if I do that and I go away and you have to watch a different match.
And the whole stream's on fire.
No. The
I see
problem
what
is
you're
we
saying.
cannot change matches when I'm gone. So this doesn't
Oh,
work.
just change. We have to start a match that just started.
No, doesn't matter.
We
Anyway,
have to pick a match that just started.
sure. Anyway, go grab something to eat if you need to. Just I'll handle it. I'll
tell you when. I want to finish this one up
Sure.
because I am a big crab fan. I am enjoying this match. I just love this deck. I really love this deck.
What I'm kind of missing on this is the big power play that you get to pull off, because it's just an engine, right? It's just letting you draw a little more. It gets you plus sometimes, but where's the big blowout? How do you finish the game?
I
Is it
think
just
it's
Sorcerer
getting
drops?
Pot and Grace. I think it's just getting Pot and Grace, dropping Sorcerer, and
that's it.
that's how.
There we go.
Question answered. You don't need to deal 8,000. You need to deal 1,400 like 3 times. Then you need to deal 18 and 23. 14 times 3. 34, 28, 42, plus 23, 67. Yeah, so if you deal 14 3 times and then you do what you just did, boom, it's over.
Well,
Regarding Lighten the Load, to be fair, it uses the exact same syntax Card Trader used before PSCT errata. You don't like combine your deck with your graveyard? I do. I do like combine your deck with your graveyard.
isn't that still a card in this? Like, I think that's a card that gets. I think Penguin Soldier, something with Penguin Knight,
Penguin
right?
Soldier.
Penguin
combine,
Knight.
It's Penguin Knight. It's the mill hate. Combine this card into your deck.
Yeah. So, does that do it for both players or just for one?
Penguin Knight?
Yeah.
Let me find out. That's
Because-
what the internet's for.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking this might be a side deck thing for Empty Jar. Some people try to roll up to my locals with Empty Jar.
Well, I mean, Necomonic King is a card.
Yeah, I have those already.
When this card is sent directly from your deck to the graveyard, combine your graveyard cards with your own deck and shuffle them to form a new deck.
You can form a new deck?
It's
Can you make
like-
deck choices?
like a-
Can you kick some stuff out?
That's what I was saying. That's what I think. I feel like a new deck. I feel like a new woman.
That would be amazing. Can you imagine if we had a card that just lets you, like, side during the game? That would be great.
That
Like,
would
for
be
example, like, let's say that
awesome.
discard 2 cards, and then you can use your deck and your side deck and build a new one. Just do whatever.
Do you know what? You know what Magic has that's hilarious is they have cards that say you can search from outside the game.
What?
Yeah, you have cards that search your library, search from outside the game for a card and put it into your hand. And it's the way it works in tournament is it's your side. So if you have a sideboard full of cards that are like shooter
Oh.
targets, you can grab them out. It's really cool.
I thought it would have been like
Also-
like an extra deck.
It's like giving Magic an extra deck, and that's why people hate it.
Okay. It sounds fun.
It's pretty fun, but it's something Magic players aren't really used to. And the card it's most associated with has a lockdown effect as well.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
can
lockdown
do
is
it
always
multiple
annoying.
times while on the field. So it's pretty obnoxious. They had to actually ban a card because the card, what it does is it turns everything into artifacts. No. It turns off all artifact abilities, and then there's an artifact that you can search off of it that turns all cards into artifacts. So the card was a 1-card searchable hard lock. You could just make your opponent not get to play anymore.
Yeah, that's no good.
No, it wasn't. It was quite bad.
So where are we at this point? We have 2 Thunder Dragons in what is this? Infusion caps. Infusions. Is that a reference? Isn't that like a legend?
If there is a reference
Zelda
here,
thing?
I do not know. It is beyond me.
Okay.
I want to be able to search monarchs. And DK0 says also, I to follow up on this, the card trader, the PSCT says that it is cost. So I will investigate that. But I am quite sure. I still feel quite sure, quite certain, and quite confident. It's all one effect.
Depending on how you define monarchs, you can actually search for one. Because if you're just saying a monarch is like every monster that has a 1 tribute with 2,400 attack, then technically real cocky is one. But I guess that's not what you wanted. I'm also kind of... It's not mad, but it's like... I'm just confused by Zaborg is the only one that's level 5. It doesn't make any sense. Like, all of them are level 6 except for Zaborg for no reason at all. It doesn't even make a difference in game outside of meta plays. Just why?
Can you say that again, kindly, for me? Okay.
Wait, what did I actually say? 1 second. Okay.
You actually can.
So what I said is I find it strange that Zaborg is the only monarch that's level 5 and everything else is level 6.
I find that profoundly strange. I've never understood.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them aren't. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And then, you know what they ended up doing is they looked at that and they went, that's not right. We got to make a new one. And they made Kuraz to be the actual official monarch, and Zaborg is just kind of... Well, because they gave legacy support to Zaborg, so that's not fair. One goat dealt with. All gonzo.
So, the Thunder Dragons are out, but seems like there are no monsters for Cap.
Yeah, this could be very bad. If that's not also scapegoats, let's find out.
I mean...
Bonk. And the chip damage begins, and that is not where you want to be.
I would say that that's pretty good, because I'm not rooting for Chaos Control.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm rooting for crabs. I want crabs to be a good
This
deck.
is great.
I want crabs. I want zombies. I want crabs. I want zombies. I want machine OTK.
Chaos Control is breaking all over the place. It's a bad deck. Don't play it.
Correct. Shit needs more light in the load.
Just look at Ivan. Ivan dropped after 3 rounds.
Shit.
Because the deck is so bad.
Exactly. Logical statement. No other question. That's why.
Exactly.
Okay. And we're just chugging right along. People are still doing the standby face thumbs up.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of this format is you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And you don't have to set cards to make your hands under 4. I think
I still did that every single time.
Fuck that shit.
I had a few test matches in this format, and every single time I tried to play round dust shoot anyway. It's just part of your process. Like, how do we call it? Like, a problem-solving process in Goat is just, okay, play under dust shoot whenever you can. Just play the dust shoot, and you don't have to.
Oh god.
Ooh,
oh god.
That's a
Oh
nasty
no.
I mean,
that's a huge torrent.
To be honest, he's still in a good spot. Like, looking at card adventures, and he gets to get the Serpent back, he's still very nice here. And Mirror Force and Torrent are both out, so the big equalizer's out. It's not actually that great.
And that's the second scapegoat gone too, so Dueling High is going to start to be able to get in some serious... oh my god, he's
already done it. He's already... Oh, okay.
And that's bottomless. He is getting through the answers while Infusion's Cap is not accruing advantage, and that is not where you want to be as a control player, so... he's going to keep forging on ahead.
The callback here is that Bottomless Trap Hole being strong, again, makes DD survive an actual pick. Okay, this Kaiku is actually nice.
I agree.
This Kaiku
and this Kaiku is huge.
Yeah. Now the whole engine...
That's such a swing.
The whole engine
The whole engine's apart. That removed that. No, there still is necessary nutrients for a Sork if he can get rid of the Kaiku. Yeah, but and also 2 of the Abyss and Virus are already gone, and he drew Pot of Greats. So actually,
and he's not waiting.
Dueling High's in a fine position, and there's light in the load. There's light in the load. So do we have a handyman? Nope. We just already have Crab Turtle. Get rid of it. Get that hand even better. Dueling High shaping up to make a strong comeback to the comeback, and there's Graceful. Oh my god.
I'm not even sure if this would have been a comeback because the card advantage is still in his favor the whole time.
It's been in his favor the whole time, but the Kaiku can do a lot of bad stuff, and most of the stuff that can hit over the Kaiku is gone. Let's see how he pops back though. That was a lot of options. Here comes another Crab Turtle search off of the Manju.
Getting it straight back. What can we do? Oh, another one.
That's another light in the load.
So this is not a hard once per turn. It's like just per copy.
Yes.
Okay.
The hard once per turn didn't exist at this time. Okay. The first hard once per turn was technically Twin-Headed Behemoth. We've been ruling it as a hard once per game, but the first hard once per turn was Instant Fusion.
Okay.
That is the first time they said you can only activate a card with this name, like this, once per turn. That was the first time.
We have
And
Mirror
there's
Force,
Mirror
and that
Force on
outs
the
Kaiku.
Kaiku.
That's a big deal.
Pretty cleanly indeed.
How many
It
outs
does turn
did he
on
have?
Chaos Sorcerer, but I'm not sorking here whatsoever if I'm him.
You probably just still want to keep building up your card advantage. You don't have a reason to do anything. Oh, we're going for it. So do we have another... Okay, that's a draw.
Dueling High drawing through the deck here like a madman. But Upstart has the unfortunate side effect of undoing the chip damage. The theoretical chip damage gets kind of negated there, which makes it really tough. Add one card from your binder to your hand, says Mushji. Hold on, I got this. I think this is Musviahus. Musviahus Agrilario Cara. A Musviahus Agrilario Cara. Did I say that right?
Is that Italian?
Musvia. I'm gonna guess it's Spanish. Musviahus Agrilario Cara.
Then
Am I saying that right? Yeah. Are you an honorary Italian?
No. I don't speak Italian. I was just asking because it sounded like it.
The most I know is Merda. I know Merda and Porco Dio. and Porco Dio. Porco Dio, for those of you who don't know, is a long-time running Go format community joke.
Oh, it's not even Go format. It's like it's a thing in every single community that houses Italians.
It's just a full Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, so
it's
there's
like
a very large contingency of
Porco
Italian
Dio
players.
is just curva for Italians.
It's what?
Curva.
Curva?
Curva.
Kurva? I've never heard this one.
Okay, that's just a Polish word. Okay, it's a Polish word. I don't actually know what the literal thing is, but it's basically the expletive of choice for everything, and it's basically.
I see. Yeah. So Porco Dio is It's a common Italian exclamation. It means God is a swine. It's kind of like God damn it. And the joke is that Italians also are in a time zone very far different from the rest of most of the Yu-Gi-Oh community, while also being a very large contingency of it. So we'll be out here starting tournaments. When we start a tournament at 11 a.m. EST, the reason why I'm doing that instead of noon is because the difference between them starting a tournament at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. is pretty huge. Most of the time, these tournaments end at midnight for them. And at some point, they'll start saying, it's 3 a.m., Porco Dio. And once they said that, it became a thing, Porco Dio. Now, this is pretty big here, especially if he's got the crap total in hand. So, yep, bouncing the premature. Nope.
What do we have?
Bouncing the premature, crash the abyss.
What do we have? We have Skilled Dog. Skilled Dog could do it. Tribe, probably not the card of choice.
Do you think he's just going? Do you think he's just going for it?
Yeah, I think he's just.
Do you think he's bearing out?
He's going for Skilled Dog.
I guess that works. Yeah.
Maybe there's actually a way to play
Mirror
this.
Force is Torrential's gone, but Mirror is not. Worth noting. So but if I'm dueling high here, I'm just slamming.
Mirror Force out.
Where?
Oh,
there it is. Yep. There it is. Oh yeah, this is right. And 2 of the goats are gone, and Chaos Sorcerer is live, but you just play your own. He still has 2 Sorkin deck, I believe. Maybe 1, maybe 3. I don't know.
I wish there was a way to play a Dark Magician in this. 2. Just off of Skilled Dark, because with Primo the recycle, maybe there's something there, but probably not. But it would be.
I've been thinking about it. Upstarts at 3. Upstarts at 3, which makes Skilled Dark that easier to proc.
True.
And then you're out here playing Invitation into Darkness if you're really spicy. Yep. This is if you're a true spice lord.
Wait, Invitation to Darkness? What's that one? Or is that the dedication thing that you mean?
That is Dedication to Dark. Whatever it is, it's a quick play spell that turns Mock into turns it into DM into DMock. And I love that it's a quick play because you can just attack for 5,300.
That is nasty. There's a bunch of cards that could do stuff like that. For example, there's a specific Union support quick spell that lets you unequip the Union monster and just special summon it again, and then both monsters get to attack again. So even
combination attack?
Yeah, exactly. Even if you've attacked with the monster that had an equipped card to it, that card can attack again.
Play that in your XYZ deck.
I know, I did.
Okay, Infusion's cap here with the Infusion's clap. Oh my god.
That
oh my god.
Right? Actually, it's not. shouldn't be
gotta
game.
be.
It shouldn't be game, right? I
Yeah,
didn't do the
but
math, but I don't
if
think it
the
is.
Darkblade Dragon Knight
Oh,
is
it is.
hitting, I'm pretty sure the only comeback
It is.
for dual, yeah, that's just it. And that's it for the crabs. So sad. Chaos Control moving on. It is a good deck. We can't blame it. Dueling High, put in the muscle, put in the effort, but it just wasn't enough. For those of you who don't know, this deck got second place last night, but he had some tough breaks today. I'm a big fan of crabs, though. I do think this deck is really strong.
I want this to be called Mr. Crab Turbo because it just fits. It fits so well because of all the greedy plays that you're basically playing the economy all the time, right? It's just very fitting. This is Mr. Crab Turbo.
This deck is stonks. This deck is stonks.
This is Mr. Crab Turbo. I'm not accepting
We're calling
any
this
other
Mr.
name.
Crabs. I like it. I like that.
All right.
Another card of that lets you attack more is Beast Soul Swap.
Okay, I've never heard that.
I love this one. So it says return target beast monster to your hand. It's a trap. And then special summon one beast monster with the same level from your hand. Now, because monsters have the same level as themselves, you can just use it to bounce your beast, play it back, attack again in the battle phase. It can also be used to dodge any targeting removal. And it can be used to juke out your opponent by replacing a smaller monster with a bigger one. But just getting to attack with Berserk Gorilla, bounce it, attack again, that's 4,000 off of 2 cards.
So we're seeing... I already went to the next match. This is JJ Stokes against Magic. And I have to say...
All right. I'm going to dash for lunchtime.
Okay.
What are we looking at here?
JJ Stokes is on Gravekeepers. And I just want to give...
let's go.
I just want to give Magic props for the picture they're using. That's a very good picture. I like that a lot.
You like Dangerous Tsuchinoko? It's a cute one. Okay, I'm going to go eat. I will be right back.
All right. So what do we actually see here? We have the normal Gravekeeper's Spear Soldier, probably just trying to combat the influx of goat tokens. I guess that makes the deck a little better. Losing Spy is a big deal, obviously. But the deck also doesn't use it in the same way that Turbo would. It doesn't need it for defense, it just uses it as a searcher, which is different beast altogether. Okay, so we see zombies here, which... Zombies are, I think, kind of hard counted by this, right? You can't use Book of Life. At least you can still turtle into Cocky, which is still big enough to take out all the Gravekeepers. Which is nice. We just missed the famous double Zaborg. It's the best play in the game, by the way. Tributing one Zaborg for the next one just to keep the tempo up, it's amazing, and it was enough to finish the game. Game 1 to JJ Stokes. So I really think that the only way that Zombie can win that is if they get the Cockies out and get to protect them somehow. Because your usual engine stuff with Life... Actually, it's not an engine, but your usual support cards like Book of Life don't work. And also, depending on the build, you even run Call of the Haunted and Prima. So there's a lot of stuff you're losing. Necro Valley is also one of those cards that, in theory, if you look at the card text, should just be really, really good in normal Goat format, because stopping Chaos Monsters from being summoned is such a big deal. But it's just... like, all field spells are bad because they get removed so easily. One MST, one Tornado, one Dageki Break, and they're gone. It's never reliable. Which is kind of sad because Terraform is in the format, so you do see them if you want to see them. They're just not very good. I think we've actually seen Magic on stream before today. I think they actually had a different profile picture at that point, and I'm not sure what point that was. I can take a quick look at the bracket. Because they are Angel something. Let's see, what did we see? No, we didn't. We didn't. JJ Stokes taking quite some time for siding. Which is curious because most of the main decks should already be set up pretty well here. Maybe there's a smoke screen coming in, but I wouldn't know into what. Okay, here we go. Magic on 10 fusion monsters. Are these real? I have no idea. Okay, let's draw for turn. Oh, I failed to put on my streamer mode. I'm sorry. 1 second. I think that should fix it. Yeah, that wasn't your Discord, that was mine. That shouldn't happen anymore, though. Classic T set. Doesn't give anything away. Could be anything. Could be Reaper, could be Turtle. And are we just going to copy this? Yep. We just keep setting cards. It's like we're playing regular goats. Okay, we just keep passing back and forth and nothing is happening. I thought zombies and gravekeepers are both kind of aggro decks. What's going on? Can we play? It's a pot. It does things.
Hello.
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 Are you back already?
Let me get my headphones back in.
Sure.
So we're not hearing the feedback here. Let's go. Well, hello there.
Hello, hello. We've seen a bunch of nothing.
A bunch of nothing?
Stokes won game 1 and now we're just T-setting and setting cards and passing. And we've been doing that for a while now.
That's painful.
Yeah. We find a knock. What do we hit? Sangan. And there's a turtle. Running into goats.
So, is it zombie gravekeeper?
No, it's gravekeeper control, I think. So JJ was on gravekeeper and Magic was on the zombies.
That's awesome. I love this format. Was this High Dogtown?
No, this is winner bracket. But I think we haven't seen both of them, so I really wanted to get into this one.
Yes, this is Angel. So the winner of this will play Don't Copy. Yeah. Flashy taking out the blue turbo. Flashy is in winner's semis. Congratulations to Flashy with a reasoning gate.
Hate it.
Sorry, Grumple.
I'm going to disqualify him. I do not care.
Corrupt judge.
Absolutely. I'm not beating the allegations. Okay. I'm not fighting them.
Bobo Breeze says, I'm just going to leave my opinion here. I think Dust Shoot should have been at 1. The rest is fine. Bobo Breeze, have you ever played Edison format? If you've played Edison format, you would know that Dust Shoot at 1 is somehow even more infuriating than Dust Shoot at 3.
There's also the saying that just opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Doesn't mean they're good. I didn't say it.
It's a saying people say.
Not me, but people.
We didn't say that. All we're saying is that everyone has said many things and thoughts and feelings about this tournament. And that despite all their thoughts and feelings, this gameplay has been pretty fantastic.
My favorite part of the whole conversation was everyone being sure that they've solved the format, but all of them had different solutions.
Yep.
We had people saying that Turbo is still the best deck by far. We had people saying Turbo is unplayable. We had people saying that OTK is OP.
Our top is currently 1 Turbo, 1 Reasoning Gate. We've got currently in the top tables, either one of these players, either Gravekeeper, Goat Control, or Zombie Aggro, is going to go into top 8. That's locked in. So yeah, solved format. That's a solved format.
Well, we also have to be fair and say that obviously people are kind of more willing to bring unusual stuff. Like if we had this kind of deck variety in regular Patreons, I think the top cuts would also look different.
So I have still seen the good players play decks they think are good. And some of those players are in the top, and some of them are not right now.
Yes. And it actually turns out that being a good player is actually helpful to winning games.
It's true, regardless of the
amazing.
card pool.
No, that's even what I mean. What I mean is that the deck choice might not even be that important if you're good enough to pull it off anyway. That
True
was
too.
the way that I was trying to take it. So, prior probably means that there's no torrent. There's the Necro. I really like that Serpent still gets to use its effect on a Necro because Necro specifies...
Royal fucking Tribute. Royal Tribute. Oh my
no.
god.
Wait, how does this work?
I don't think that works like
How?
that. I don't think that works like that.
Okay, let's read the card. Let's read the card.
Hold on.
Here
Pause.
it says if you
pause.
control Necro Valley, both players okay, if you control Necro
Hold
Valley.
on. I think that nope. I'm pretty sure it's an activation cost.
Okay,
I'm
says
telling this stuff.
JJ says it will still resolve.
As JJ says it will still resolve. I'm gonna trust JJ. I'm gonna trust JJ.
Because my instinct would have been that it doesn't.
Yeah, and then in addition, in Go format online, we do not do hand checks because Grumple and I can go look at this replay before, and we can see whether or not he has monsters.
Yeah, since we have access to replays.
Did he reveal? Did he reveal?
Huh? They did reveal. Yeah.
No reveal. No reveal. No reveal.
The problem is now that one player has revealed, shouldn't we force the other one to do it too?
No.
Okay, sorry. Just felt bad.
I said pause on DT chain to tribute, but you already knew the answer on that one. And yeah, we will just check replay later to see if you were honest. So no reveal. No reveal.
Okay.
That's because that's how we do it for my.
No, I get
Minecraft.
it. I was just saying that now that one player had already done it, that it feels arbitrary to not have the other one do it as well. Since both players don't know the routing, it feels like one player is getting punished by this. That's why it feels bad to me. But I'm not good at judging stuff anyway.
It sucks. I mean, there was no one watching. If we weren't watching, the same thing would have happened. Like the exact same way. We didn't make any changes.
No, if we were not watching, then both players would have revealed their hands.
Oh yeah. Are they both no monsters?
Apparently.
In this situation, right? I see what you're saying. I agree. In this situation, please reveal. In the future, no reveal. I think that makes sense. He just showed his hand for no reason.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of what makes me a bad judge because I don't care about the rules that much. I kind of care about
the spirit of the game.
I care about my feeling of justice, which is not really what you want. Like that doesn't make you a good judge. I think that actually makes you a bad one.
You've not seen me be a head judge since that GFC, have you? And that's more because I got tired, but I'm the same way. I'm about the spirit of the game.
I judge 2 patrons and I hate it. I hate judging because like I just feel so awful having to do stuff and then I do things that I regret later. Like for example, the last time I judged, I actually disqualified Krebs for something in a way that I should not have. I went back to him to apologize for it later on because it was just really stupid.
Me too.
On Krebs too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, poor guy. Yeah, I'm not a good judge. I hate doing it. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't want to.
Krebs is like the cousin, like the cousin, like the brother of a mob boss. Where like people give him so much of a pass despite him just romping around. You know what he's like? He's like, what's the name of the guy in Goodfellas who just takes any
pay your
chance
debts.
he can get?
Krebs, pay your debts.
Gotta pay your dues.
Yeah. I guess in hindsight that makes our disqualifications fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Krebs. I think Krebs has gotten away with some stuff that most players would not have. But back to the game here. Looks like Stokes is coming in, protecting Virus from the cocky, getting rid of that back row.
It's another bottomless.
We are bearing in now.
Bottomless stock is up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what are we floating into? It's one of the Gravekeepers. It's probably the one with the swords, the not spear one.
Spear soldier? Oh, you
No.
think it's assailant?
Yeah,
It could also
assailant.
be Reaper.
No. Oh, right. Because yeah.
Where are we at the tournament right now? Wolf. We have two folks on two sides of winners semis, and we're currently watching a match in round 4.
Yeah. Let me just disable the round 1 thing real quick. That's not going. Like, I'm not going to update that. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
Is what it is. We're only human. We are not the machines.
Unless we're playing Machine Gate again.
Unless we're playing Machine Gate or
Or
Machine
XYZ
Heart.
OTK. Again.
XY. We actually have a lot of machines today.
Yeah. It's also be. Oh, are we?
Oh.
Okay, we're using.
Oh no.
It makes sense. Oh wait, it's a cocky, right? So you can go 2-for-1 here. You can go 2-for-1.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So back in the day, during actual Gold Worlds, machines actually went to place 3.
Did they?
Yeah, it was a German guy actually who got the 3rd place with like a machine thingy that had a weird control burn side smoke strategy with a wave motion cannon
That's
and just
awesome.
goat packages.
Now, if I'm JJ Stokes here, I am kicking myself for playing that storm when I did.
Yeah, because. But on the other hand, these cards would have never been set if the storm isn't played, so you wouldn't have these opportunity anyway.
True.
But still, allowing this is still not good. Not something you want to see. So if you're Stokes, where do you even go from here? Oh,
Michael Gray says, I also hate it. I'm
Yes.
guessing that's RGT. I did not say GG for
Good.
you. Oh,
Good.
God.
Thank you. I feel like Reasoning Gate needs to have treatment that is similar to what we do with Library FTK, where we just tell people not to do it.
No, I disagree. The deck interacts way more than Library does.
It does, but it goes down the same path. It's like it's not as far as along, but it's the exact same path, and it's the exact same reason why people hate it. And it's okay. So we have like this 3-stage step of asshole players. The first step is playing Reasoning Gate, then they play Empty Jar, and then they play Library, and you have to stop them
Burn.
at the first step. I disagree on Burn. I think that Burn is actually quite interactive.
My pathway was Reasoning Gate, then E-Jar, then Burn. I think a lot of players, the new players, go on the pathway of Reasoning Gate, but it's my style. Then Empty Jar, but it's my style, and then they'll play Library straight. But they'll only do it once or twice, and they never really get the heuristics down. And then they probably play like Detox.
So I'm a huge fan of Spice, as you know, but I think if you're new to the game, you shouldn't do that because there's this. I don't know where this rule comes from, but there's this rule that you cannot break the rules unless you know them. So unless you actually know what you're doing, which you don't if you haven't played for a while, then you shouldn't be messing around with this stuff. Just try to learn how the game works at first, like for the first 2-3 months. Just play the meta stuff, look how it plays, try to understand what's going on, and then try to make changes.
Except for in this format. Now that we're changing.
Well, yeah, because there is no meta here. Like everybody can do whatever they want because we don't know what's good. Throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
There are certain things you can trust will be good, such as the Manju engine, Tomato, Abyss Soldier, Chaos Turbo, Goats. You don't have to cook. But in this particular format, what the best degen deck is, still yet to be seen. It seems like it's probably still some gate deck.
I think it's probably Reasoning Gate or Stallburn.
Hi, I'm back.
Okay, we're seeing the Blade.
I hope there wasn't too much chewing and smacking and everything in between. I had to get some grub in me.
I don't mind. And if the people in chat mind, then it's over now.
People in chat, do you mind?
Speaking of mind, do you think Mind Control is still a valid side deck card?
So I heard a very good take.
Okay, hit me.
I heard a very good take about Mind Control. People are going to be apprehensive to set Sangain and Serpent in Abyss meta.
Why?
Because you need them for Abyss Soldier.
Oh, right, because you need them to resolve.
So and Spy is gone. So the chance that your set that you're picking is a good card, semi-gone. It's limited.
I know, but what I mean is that some people still play it with like double guard
Yeah, no, I
ratios.
know. So it's gone-ish, but it's way less common. So the chance that what you're taking is at least a deco, way higher.
Yeah,
Way
but
higher.
then there's
But also the
also
chance that what you're taking is a set tomato
yeah.
is also high.
I was about to say, like I feel like tomato and reaper are very very straightforward replacements for the spy engine. Oh, it's not quite an engine, but you know what I mean. For the spy slots for turbo, they kind of slot 1-to-1, do almost the same thing.
I hate a grumble. Subtract second RGT. I think it's an activation cost. What is? Never playing a T-Drag deck again. SMH. Corey, what happened? Corey, tell me what's wrong. What happened to you? Who hurt you?
Thunder Dragon is a thing. Luckily, I've never had a triple Thunder Dragon hand yet. It's bound to happen at some point, and I'm going to drop from the tournament immediately.
Do you know that meme of the three-headed dragon and one of the dragons is silly and the
Yes.
other two are looking at it like
Yes.
I did one where it's like Thunder Dragon, and the silly dragon saying, "Wow, guys, look, we're all in the hand at the same time. Isn't that cool?"
It makes sense. I did open triple spy at some point. I guess it's the same. It's the same probability, but the punish isn't nearly the same.
Is there an appropriate place to post deck ideas for modified goat?
Yes.
Wiz Trillis, you can post them right into Mgoat General. Or, you know what? Here's what we're doing right now. Deck ideas channel.
Okay, so I want to show another deck. After we're done with this one, I want to show one another
Absolutely.
Deck.
We got to keep showcasing. What do you want to show? Because I want to show off my zombie turbo.
Okay, we can do that first, but I want to show the return stuff.
Oh, please do. Yes. We just made a deck ideas channel for you folks. Please share your goodness with us for Mgoats.
Lady crashing into tribe.
I mean, it's the move, but JJ Stokes still taking a pretty good life point lead, an aggressive lead. Here comes the roided Gravekeeper Spear Soldier.
That's a big
You
boy.
do not want to see that if you're Mac Magic.
But Stokes on Decree, that's kind of curious, right? You would think that Necro Valley almost necessitates
Storms? You'd think.
But
and yet, you're wrong.
Yeah, I tend to be.
Necro Valley stock up because Sork and Prima pretty common.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of reasons.
I talked about this when you were gone, but I think that the problem that Necro Valley has is just that it's a field spell and there's so much easy removal to it that it's never actually good.
It's useless until the moment that it's useful, and then they just get rid of it.
Yeah. I really wish we had field spells that did something.
Gravekeeper control versus Zombie Warrior. I'm not over this. I'm glad
I think the Warrior package might have been a siding
well.
plan. I don't think we've seen this in game 1. I think this is new.
Could be. Oh my god, wait, hold on. We had Raven Sanger against Drundle, so we've got Flashy versus Raven Sanger playing in winners semis right now. Squaring up. I think we should go there next. Or let's take a look at Dogtown.
I think we need to go to Dogtown because we've seen
I agree.
Winner.
We got Marius versus Dundeal06. I don't know these players at all, so I am quite curious.
Okay, so that's first.
Good game. Good job, JJ Stokes. Congratulations on the top. And Mac Magic, excellent hustle. Good luck in Dogtown.
Okay, let's look through the things. We have the Zombie Turbo. This is your list. Please explain.
Okay, so Zombie Turbo. I basically, when I put Upstart to 3, and I put Twin-Headed Behemoth up to 3. And I love Card of Safe Return. I want to make that card work. BLS and Ring were gone, which make the deck less bad. So basically, I tried to make the zombie equivalent of Dragon Turbo. And it does what it does. It plays a lot like Dragon Turbo, where you're trying to defend yourself and shred through your deck. One of the main differences is we have access to both of the jars, and we have access to Turtle as an inherent part of the deck, which Turtle lets you defend yourself while you're trying to get there. And we play 6 draw 1s, 2 draw 2s, and then Card of Safe Return with all the revivals we possibly can. And we're just trying to make these giant boards. So History of Yu-Gi-Oh! 01. There is no bracket command. We do not have any of those things here, unfortunately. If you want the bracket, I will send it to you. Here, I'll be your bot. Here's the bracket.
I have a few criticisms of this list. One is that I'm not a big believer in multiple upstarts in this because I'm not seeing the ability to deal big damage.
It is unfortunately required. You have to be able to assemble the boards, and it's doable. But I do need to check. It might have to be 2 upstart.
And also,
let's take a look down.
don't you have an actual
Sure.
video on your channel where you explain that card of safe return is never good, even if you max out everything for it? Isn't that this zombie gravekeeper thing that you cooked up?
Did I say that?
Yes,
did I
you did.
say that?
You did.
Nah, I don't think I said
You
that.
did.
I don't think you're lying. I think you're lying.
I can pull up the video.
I know what video you're talking. That's the video where I'm playing the flower crown, and my partner at the time is like, blah, 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 blah. I know that one. Listen, I was talking about in goat format. Once you put Behemoth up to 2, and you add another, and you're adding another copy. Also, Zombie Turbo got like 10th place at a GFC since I said that, and that didn't even have good cards in it. It was playing Drag to the Grave or whatever.
All right, so let's see which we could jump into next. Let's look at the Dogtown. Anybody we haven't seen yet?
I'm currently looking at Marius versus Dundeal, and it looks like it is Goat Warriors versus Chaos Turbo, or Chaos Control.
Dundeal. Is that their
it's
name?
Dunn. Dunn on
Okay.
DB.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at it, but the search function doesn't work right now.
Yeah, it's also versus Marius too. Are you in? All right,
yep,
excellent.
I'm in.
Fantastic.
Okay, so Dundeal is up in card advantage, or is this still the charity? Is this still resolving?
Charity, I believe, has resolved, or maybe no.
Probably not.
I looked away because I'm trying to look for.
Thunder Dragon is still
someone
in hand,
needs
so probably
some assistance.
Not. Actually, never mind. All the Thunder Dragons are out, so yeah, it did resolve. So this is control. It's Vortex. Do you think Vortex has a place in this? Because I feel like Vortex is one of those cards that everybody.
Lightning Vortex.
Yeah, everybody that's new to Gold format just kind of slams it in because it looks so busted and it's just bad.
Exactly. I think Lightning Vortex is good in Zombie Turbo the same way it's good in Dragon Turbo, and to get rid of scapegoats. Yep. I don't think it's useful in a lot of situations. But then in the reverse, there's a lot of situations where if you think it's bad and you don't play around it, sometimes you just get blown the fuck out. You know what deck I think could use Lightning Vortex?
Dimension Fusion. That's the only one.
Oh, I was gonna say the Quish decks.
Why?
And the Handyman decks, because they can just discard a Crab Turtle or whatever.
I don't know. I feel like sort of like Monster Reincarnation is just better. I guess at least in regular goals, because BLS getting that back to hand is such a big deal. I don't know. I just feel like Lightning Vortex very rarely does what you want it to do. Even on goats, like people say it's good against goats, but is it really? You're discarding a card and using the card for one card. Why are we doing this? Why are we thinking this is good?
Well, you have to do it to get rid of multiple monsters. It's a side deck option.
Yeah.
Just a possibility. Slowly work towards being spicy. That's what Madcap is saying, I guess, about the meta thing. I agree. Slowly work towards it. And Madcap is a player who is willing to experiment with spice. We were talking about this before, Mr. Cap. The way that the best burn players are the ones who are willing to jam cards that everyone else thinks are garbage. And they may be garbage, but if they're not garbage, oh boy. And then Hates Pedro says, NA Nats is in my hometown of ATX. Where's ATX? I don't know where that is. What is ATX?
I think burn players have an edge where they can actually get away with playing garbage cards just because the deck is already so garbage that you're not really diluting the power of the deck.
I think it's the engine. What it does is so solid that there's things that you can do that like don't change what it's trying to do too much.
Yeah, it feels like this. Like there's
I think Pepper describing it as a garbage bag full of cards was a very good.
There's a skeleton to burn that's very important and powerful, and then there's a bunch of stuff that you have because you need to fill up the space.
Yep, I think I'm gonna add to Pepper's metaphor. You're holding in your hand an Ojamatrio and a Panda, and you're flashing people in the face, and then once they're distracted by that, you hit them with the garbage bag. You just swing the garbage bag full of cards and you hit them with the face in it. That's the strategy. Your face explode, if you know that one.
No, I don't.
Boom. There is an outtake. Full Metal Alchemist, there is a character named Scar. And Scar he's a pretty cool guy. What he does is he blows people up. And there was an outtake where he puts his face on his hand on someone's face and yells, "Your face explode!" And I think about it often.
So I'm going to make people hate me right now, but